What was your question?
My question was, are we supposed to be having level 15 character sheets ready to go today?
Did you want to be level 15?
That's the short answer, yeah.
Yes. However, I have to completely redo my character sheet, not just add another level, so this may take a minute.
Yeah, like a whole month.
But what fantastic programming if we can throw in like, hey, this is how you do that from scratch if you're not used to it. Like,
I am
you know,
not the
dear
person in
reader,
group
this
who
is
should
how.
be needing that, help guide.
All right, Jen, go.
Yeah, like, yeah. Well, we can help. Also, I have a sprite over here that is attacking me.
Because I have to change from being a 5 ranks in Warlock, 9 ranks Sorcerer to all Warlock all the time. Fucking Raven Queen patron, bitch.
Hell yeah. On the...
This is so weird. I'm used to the Twitch being like 10, 15 seconds behind, and right now it's like 30, 45 seconds.
Oh yeah, there've been a couple times where I'll look and it's like damn near 2 minutes behind on lag, and it's real bad. And I'm like, what? Like things I'm commenting on are like so far off on like what's actually happening. I guess that's really trying to find the bell. Yeah, for those of you in the audience that are hanging out, we're playing through some silly tech issues. It's fine. Albert decided it wanted to delete all of my stuff. So the I don't know, how long has this game been going on? A year and a half or something like that. 2 years, year. I've lost track of time. All my maps and tokens are all gone, but I have them on files on my desktop, so that's cool.
I don't know who in this group pissed off who's like the tech whatever, but someone here got us like good and thoroughly cursed.
It's pretty bad. Now on the plus side, I had it all saved on folders on my desktop too, so it was easy enough to like start migrating over. But like the volume of stuff I had is still just not there. It's just what I need for tonight, which is fine. But it makes me sad because I was just like, man, I had a lot of cool stuff in here.
Is that me? A little background thing?
The bell?
No.
I don't think so.
That's
no,
Vicky
that was...
playing with Cat.
Okay, all right.
But
you just default to that. Is it my fault?
My allergies are exploding right now.
Don't gaslight me.
None of us can hear it.
Oh, don't do that to the deaf person.
It's terrible.
2 things you don't do to the deaf person: gaslight them about sounds or whisper.
I was gonna say, unless it's to your father who's an asshole.
What about
that's a separate conversation.
But how do you get sweet nothings delivered to you?
Sweet nothings?
Yeah, they're usually delivered by whisper.
My doctor boyfriend's love language is touch, so I don't have to worry.
Ah, you get gentle caresses.
And
incredible.
Gentle caresses. Just chaste kisses.
Yeah.
But I actually probably have, with hearing loss, I probably have more tactile. My sense of touch is really, really good, and I have a little bit of synesthesia. So, if we're I was at a crowded restaurant, table of 12, and I had my fingertips on the table, and I could tell that 2 people's phones were ringing because they were vibrating. And like, somebody checked their phone, and they're like, "Oh, I almost missed a call." I'm like, superpower. I'm no Daredevil, but
that's actually where my mind went to. I was just like, oh, the Ben Affleck Daredevil. Yeah.
Not that one.
The best Daredevil ever.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Hey, the soundtrack is fire. The rest of the movie has some. It happened.
For somebody that is like so perfectly suited to play a superhero on screen, like, and I don't necessarily want to say that he was done dirty, because I don't really feel like that's possible, especially with it was like, how did you manage to both have like terrible Daredevil and terrible Batman? Like,
I think you're missing.
You had 2 chances to do this, and both of them were bad.
Oh, 100%. But the key element and the key takeaway here is Evanescence is a great band, and the fact that they put their entire fucking album in that movie. They didn't. It was like 3 songs, but still, it was a lot of Evanescence, and I was okay with that.
Love Evanescence. I was so obsessed with them. So somebody told me, I was just like, oh yeah, like Evanescence is like a great band.
Welcome back.
And they're like, can we even call it a band? And I was like, this is college. I was like, I really want to just.
It's an
It is,
experience.
yeah. Are you up there singing? Where are your CDs?
I was like, where are we going with that? Like, yeah, like it's like implying it's above or below. Like, what's the?
I mean, like, what if like are they even a band? I'm like, yeah, there's so much more. You're totally right.
Evanescence is your dad's favorite band. Incredible. Good taste.
Or maybe it was like, isn't even music? I'm like, yes, because music is basically a collection of silences and notes. So
Is it even music?
is it even? You're right.
Ugh.
No, it's more than that.
Ugh.
It's Evanescence.
Like, I'll take, hey, I'm not really into this, but it's just like, is this even music? It's like, come on, man. Like, get your shit
Come
together.
on, person.
You can just not like the thing and move on. That's fine, but you don't have to, like, be weird about it.
Yeah, that was my dad in ACDC,
like-
listening to it loud enough to shake the house.
Hell yeah. Question.
Also, like the phrase of like you don't like it, you don't have to like poop. It's like there's like an entire band of, especially but not only, like men around like we'll go with like 15 to like 25 that you just AoE'd right there. Just
Children. Youths.
Yes.
They don't know.
Utes.
But yes, no, you can absolutely just not like things, and that's okay. And then you can just leave people alone who like them. It's a crazy concept, I know.
I got kicked again. Sorry, guys.
If you want to stick around for more hot takes, I got plenty of them. It's cool to be nice to people. I like that one. That's a real hot take.
And in a world of like semi-ironic like and constant like fuckery for like pranks becoming just like assaulting people, like I would go with the more like punk rock of the two things, is like active sincere empathy. Just saying.
Oh, kindness and sincere empathy are 100% punk rock. You know.
Don't yuck someone's yum.
Yes.
But like, when's the last time like being earnest about something is no longer a
It's
thing
important,
that's
I
common.
hear.
There's a whole book about
yeah.
that. We'll walk right into it. Incredible. So here's a query for the group. Who has a level 15 character sheet?
Updated? Yes, me.
Level. Okay, so cool. Cool.
That sounded like everybody. I think everybody said yes, right?
Yeah,
Right? Everybody?
100% of the group is ready to go and deal with the horrors of the Shadowfell. Seems
My
good.
cat ate my character sheet.
What about you? Your cat ate your character sheet. All right. You know what? Fair enough.
Do you need to remake it from scratch completely?
Because I'm a level 15, I'm pure warlock now.
Mm-hmm.
So not only do I have to add a level, I have to replace all 9 sorcerer levels that my current sheet is made to.
Yeah, so it's probably easier to start from scratch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure we could look. We can BS for like 5 minutes while you take care of that.
Well, what is
Or we can
your
just start, and I will just be quietly making my sheet in the background, and it's only a problem if we get into combat.
I mean,
What you wanna do?
I think Itzel's about to try to murder Gray.
Right,
I think that's the combat we're about to get into.
so what is your con
That could be a
modifier?
statement that happens all of the time.
What is your con modifier?
2.
So 5 plus 2 times 14.
I think I'd have a player's handbook nearby, but I don't. But I have the internet, so that's fine.
Plus 10 means you
But we
should
ended
have
last session
108
with Gray
hit
showing
points.
up. I thought we were going to have some time BSing about Gray being a person now before we got into any combat.
Oh, we absolutely will. I'm sure.
We've
Itzel
been
has
BSing the whole time. You're not done?
Yeah. We're supposed to start at 6, and we had tech delays. We had plenty of.
Quick,
Nice.
I need to say this before I get kicked again.
Did we need a player's handbook? 'Cause
I need something. I need to help. Are we currently in? Is this program called VDO Ninja?
Yes.
All right. I got kicked again, as you saw. I guess I'm gonna look for another update, or I might just run a system thing, but I have a feeling I'm probably gonna get kicked again. So just a heads up.
All
But
good.
before we leave this place, I want to have a scene, if I can. That's my
Okay.
only request. I'm going to be vague about that.
Yeah, I'll put a pin in that for sure. You also have a long rest to take as well. So, because remember, you all just had your fight with the Nagpa. At this point, you were like decompressing and celebrating that victory in the kind of banquet hall that the Raven Queen was like had cleared for this fight, and then it was like put the tables back together, and Valen was like, "Hey, any victory you can walk away from, right?
Yeah.
Let's party."
Celebratory feast.
Everyone was very down for that, and of course the reunion of getting the rest of your acting troupe compatriots back to you and giving them a chance to catch up and also kind of decompress from their little kidnapping adventure. While that happened, Bella, of course, had a quick aside with the Raven Queen. Some things were said, some promises were made. Bella's a 15th level warlock now. And Gray has a body and is wandering around with Bella and has been just recently reintroduced to the rest of the party in the flesh for the first time. Also, didn't say when we started, hey, we were doing this for Doctors Without Borders. We fundraise and stuff. It's in there somewhere. So if you want to donate, there's a donate.
Pour one out. Another 2 people gone.
Hopefully I spelled the donate right. If you want to donate, what I'll do is I'll actually untoggle the curse stream fuckery that I have, and we'll actually run a real game. That's my promise to you. It's because we're not getting enough donations that
this promise is not legally binding.
Yes. I can say anything I want, but whether or not that proves true in the future, we'll see how that plays out. But I think it's because we haven't raised enough money for charity. I think that's why we're getting cursed.
I think that might have something to do with it. And this time, we're not even raising Canadian dollars.
Yeah, they're real, actual real American
money.
Dollars. They're not loonies. Is that what they're actually called?
Monopoly money.
Yeah.
Some of them smell like maple syrup.
I would expect most of them at this point. That's how you get maple syrup. You roll up the Canadian $100 bill and you snort it. Yeah.
No, I mean really though. I wasn't making a joke.
I love that though. It's just like that's a vibe right there. Okay, so we lost
Joe, if you're still there, you could also try running in Firefox because it's working for me and Vicky.
That's always an option. While we're here, hey, chat people, what's going on? Any cool insights or thoughts you want to share about the game or about life? If you want some crazy advice, we can always go back to one of my favorite segments of LFTA, which is LFTA Life Advice. None of it's legally binding, as Chris mentioned. But we'll give you our best advice possible to help you with whatever you got going on in your life.
We are professionals.
We're getting a raid. Heck yeah. This is great. Hello, Raiders. We literally... So I literally just really... Perfect timing. Chris is dying because of the comical timing on that. Open up a monster manual, start playing Smash or Pass on it. You know what? So we're stalling a bit because we're having some tech issues and doing some character sheet updates while we're just kind of vibing. So I was asking the chat if they had any questions or comments or life advice they wanted, but I have this good old Monsters of the Multiverse book. It's a little different stuff that's in the usual monster manual. I don't know. Someone give me a page number between let's see, 5 and 280. 69. Okay.
I was going to say that. That's the easy layup there.
That's the one. All right. I'll make sure I'll get a good photo of these things in here too. Oh. Catobelpuz. All right.
Catoplebus.
That
is a Final Fantasy villain.
These are Catoplebus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a much better pronunciation than what I said. That's probably correct too. So these are large, monstrous creatures. Look kind of like. There we go. That's a good image of them, right? A little less light. Boom.
Ankylosaurus llama.
Look at that. Look at that whole thing. Right. Yeah, they're let's see. Oh, they've got a bad stench about them, but they can also cast death rays. That's pretty neat. But they are very strong. They're very hardy and not very bright. So I don't know. And they have like a little mace tail looking thing. Smash or pass? Let's go.
Victoria, are you muted? I could read lips for that one.
I propose a third category, given that it's us, which is, would we make it a cursed pet?
Yeah, would we adopt it in the party? And that is always going to be yes. It does look like a buff version of the sloth from Ice Age.
Oh, hey. Yeah, all right, I see that. So we have smash, pass, or drag it along as a cursed companion.
Diego wasn't the sloth, though. Diego was the saber-tooth.
Smash, pass, or pet. There we go.
There we go.
It is the sloth.
Done.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what we got?
Irish.
Keep in mind, the thing has a crazy stench that if you don't succeed on a Constitution saving throw, you're poisoned by it if you're within 10 feet. So
I'm just saying, I would absolutely put a saddle on it. That's just looking at that thing.
I'm hearing 2 for pet for sure.
I'm gonna go with saddlebags. Like maybe it gets to like riding it in the smell, but like it can hike behind the group.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with that actually.
Rear guard, maybe.
Yeah,
actually, that's its name now. Rear guard.
I like the little like tusks it has too. That's
yeah.
really cute. That'd be a good thing to just like charge into combat with.
I was disappointed that Volo's page 69 is a map. So not sure how we'd make that smash or pass, but it's a kobold lair.
Oh, it's smash, like knowledge?
Yeah.
No, I want that up inside me.
There's a mushroom farm. I mean
okay, well
sorry, multiple mushroom farms.
Victoria, give me a number between like 5 and 280.
212.
212. It's a very specific number.
No, sorry, 256.
256? Can't change
it's a perfect square, so yes.
I don't know if I can
216 is also acceptable.
Stop throwing numbers at me! 256. Okay.
You asked a math person about numbers.
Too many numbers. Oh, here we go. This is a good what do you call it?
Monster?
No, suitor. Got a warlock of the great. Oh, that's too much light. Sorry.
That's a vampire. Like, don't try to fool me here.
Yeah. This is a warlock of the great old ones. So worshipping like Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, all the outsiders, right? Got a sweet cape. Got the drip, his armor, it's kind of hard to see, but it looks like he's got scale mail with like a cool little like face with ruby eyes in the center of it. Big magical staff. Who knows what that could do, right?
Heyo.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, we lost Jen again.
Oh.
That might have been on purpose this time, though, let's be clear.
18 charisma.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, yes, that's how that is.
Yeah. So, downside, they can basically make you hear whispers that would make you insane.
That's everybody, right? I mean, that's like third date material right there.
I got 2 smashes in the chat immediately. That was Smash, obviously, and Smash because the friend.
We need to have a conversation about
party.
Standards.
Okay. No. I like that. I'm on that thought train as well. Like definitely Smash.
Yeah.
So
I think they'd be a great.
As in, like their patron, the friends they can bring to the party.
Like, I mean, you can have a dynamic relationship, and it could be you and this warlock, and then whatever they summon. You can make it interesting. What can they summon?
Pact of the Chain, whole new meaning. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They've also got true seeing, so they have a lot of good insight. It's like, hey, like what's going on? How are you really? Oh, you're not great. All right, so I'm hearing.
Of course, I'm not great. I told you to defrost the chicken this morning, and it's still in the freezer.
Don't need standards to smash if it's not a repeat offense. That's true. That's true. We did not say engage in lifelong companionship. We just said smash. So, all right.
I completely disagree with that statement.
I say, Victoria, what is your assessment of this Warlock of the Great Old One?
I mean, I feel like this is like gonna be like fuckboy level 100, so like probably no.
No, all right.
Like that
Fair
sets
enough.
all sorts of red flag warning bells. Like, have I been here before? Probably. Will I go there again? No.
Hard pass. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a different term for smash when it's on the regular?
I'm just saying,
like, are you
that,
still
like,
going to Smash?
in
Like
a
when you go over
world
there
of
again?
like, you know, the amount of like, I don't know, like the resurgence of STIs in like every major metropolitan area, etc. Maybe we need to worry about that first time, people. Like,
No, that's a good question because, like, conceptually, yes, I think you're still like smashing, but the terminology would have to change because I don't think if you're married for a long time and be like, "Sup, you want to smash?" Like it might work for some people. Some people might not be into that.
Know your audience. Yeah.
yeah, and timing is a thing.
Yeah. I mean, it could just be as simple as like, "Hey, girl, you want to smash?" Respectfully. I don't know.
So
It's not really a word in my vocabulary.
Thank you for giving me my like newest what's it called, introductory line on apps. Like, hey girl, want to smash? Respectfully.
Respect.
Icebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So, what's up, Joe?
Oh, I don't know anymore.
Do you want to smash or pass on this, or pet this warlock of the great old one?
I would say before I restart my computer again, I'm so sorry, but I think the Firefox is working. Thank you so much.
Good.
I would say if this is indeed kind of fuckboy energy, kind of like Vicky said, if he keeps on coming back, being like, "Hey man, how's it going? Let's see, a little closer."
Like, yeah, like I know I drained you and left you last time, but like it's different
like,
now.
This is the character
if he keeps calling. Yeah.
100%. You're getting a sending at 2 a.m. being like, "Hey, you up?" Like it's gonna happen.
What
I'll
you
say
doing?
Yeah, like, oh man, I forgot my wallet. You can pay for this, right? Like, yeah, that's the.
I'm no.
No, pass.
I'm saying
All right.
smash, but also I'm not going to pay for your dinner. We're going.
Oh, okay.
So,
Smash.
Then why?
Standards.
People.
Smash Dutch.
That's good. Yeah. Smash Dutch. There it is. Oh my god. All right. Joe, give me a number between 5 and 280.
Oh, I was going to say
The gang's all here.
You know what? How about 181?
181.
And then I'll be back.
All right.
Jen, you're done with your character sheet by this point, right?
Yeah, this is just stalling until you're done with your character sheet.
Are you
Ooh, all right.
I mean, since my stuff keeps crashing, I'm both doing my character sheet and still trying to figure out why my video ninja keeps crashing. So.
All right, I'm restarting.
The next suitor we have up is called the Mind Witness. All right, so there you go. Nice little on this side, the little tentacle dude with the eye.
That's a particular kink, people.
It's a squid beholder.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, it's got eye rays. Right, and just do all the little beholder stuff. Obviously, it's telepathic. That's cool. Kind of mid across the board with stats. The highest bonus it has is a +2. But from out of town, aberration, right? So could be interesting.
Is it John Hughes that had the line that once you've had quality and once you've had quantity, the only thing left is strange?
That sounds like a smash to me.
I don't know if that sounds like John Hughes or if that sounds like Kevin Smith, maybe?
Let's see.
I have to look this up now.
Right? Now, God.
Oh, hey, their primary function is to improve telepathic communication in Mind Flayer colonies, so they're great at communicating. That's a plus. Right? They want to actually make sure people are understood and, conversations are had,
I don't know how I feel about dirty talk from a squid, Andy. I just don't know.
I mean, that's the whole point of communication. You'd have a good conversation about what is and is not appropriate, That way everyone's happy. Pass on that. Telepathy is a no. So, fair enough. Yeah. I think it would be interesting to have even a one-night stand that could just read your mind. I think that would either be that would cause some curveballs. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
We get the mind blown achievement, so I can. I got the mind blown achievement, so I can draw the line here. Fair enough. I assume it's a Baldur's Gate thing. I don't know. I have not played Baldur's Gate yet.
I don't know. I don't have that achievement.
I'm gonna go with Pet.
I think he would be fun to bring around on a leash, floating behind you like a balloon.
Yeah, sleeping mind flare. That makes sense. So, yeah, no, I think it'd be just like a cool like cursed companion to just have in the background. I see your face.
I was just like, do you put it on a leash and then it's like a balloon because like it floats? I'm assuming, right? Like
it floats around behind you.
Absolutely.
Sorry, John Waters was the name I was trying to think of, not John Hughes.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more fucking sense. Okay.
No, it has a
close.
It has a fly.
The vibe very different.
It has a fly speed of 20. It can hover. So yeah, you could absolutely put it on.
I'm just imagining like you need to like surreptitiously bring it somewhere as like your personal lie detector. So you're just like holding a bunch of balloons and it's like, you know, creepily hanging out in the middle of it, and it's like, does that balloon have and you're like, it's just streamers.
Yeah.
The balloon's holding perfectly still, the eyes looking around the room.
All right. I'm hearing a lot of pass but good cursed companion. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know how telepathy works in that context.
I need Rouge to give me a number between 5 and 280.
166.
166. That's easy. It's actually really close to where I am. All right. Corrid. That's a little cool dude, right? Yeah, there we go. Hard to.
It's what was that movie? Not Gremlins.
Yeah. He's in Bolos.
Yeah, he's a little fey.
Critters.
It's a fey servant. It's got strong ties to earth and stone magic. They're very good at camouflage and blending in.
You know what it is?
Incredibly
it's a
strong
stone troll from Frozen. That's what it is.
They look very similar. Incredibly strong. Despite their small stature, their strength score is 20 plus. So they got some muscle.
Still going with rock troll there, yeah.
Yeah.
Rock troll, stone troll.
Oh, and they can also command their hair to make it do stuff. That's cool.
Okay. Would not smash, would throw at someone.
Okay. Sounds like cursed companion. I think someone that
the
has
goat feet are not like, you know, are like the like ungulate bit, not ungulate, not doing it for me necessarily.
You're not into goat feet?
No, not really.
All right. I think there's a lot of character here because I think a creature that spends that much time like getting that strong clearly goes to the gym, right? Clearly takes care of himself to make sure that his hair's good, his beard's good, right? I'd say smash.
Yeah, takes pride in his appearance. Yeah,
yeah. There's potential there for someone who like really just has a lot of good habits for self-care. I think
he's a bit of a fixer-upper.
On will.
Yep, likes the outdoors.
Yeah, no, this is we're going on a hike, but we're not really going on a hike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's funny. Good stuff. What do y'all think in the chat? It's funny because when they say it, it's actually written forever.
That's right, for posterity.
Pet.
Woo.
Cursed pet. Okay, very cool. I mean, to be fair, having a 2.5 foot tall rock troll that has a strength of 23 just hanging out would be a lot of fun.
Just hanging around the house. Just be like, hey, I need to open this jar of pickles.
Mm-hmm. Great if you have to move. Yeah. Right? Just like pick up the fridge and leave. Cool. All right. Chris, I need a number from you.
7.
7. Okay. Let's see if 7 actually is monsters. I assume the first 5. There we go. They are. Good.
I hear it's scary because 7, 8, 9.
All right. Got the good old Azamar. All right. This one's a little different, though. It's got some sweet wings. Solid outfit choice. Magical staff to go with it, right?
Guy's got style.
Yeah. It's like combination of red and yellow robes, sweet ethereal wings.
Is it
I like
problematic that when you said it got style, the theme for the nanny went through my head? For a minute?
I don't know that reference.
The
Like-
nanny?
like the 1990s show with like
Fran
Fran
Drescher?
Drescher. Like she had style, she had flair, she was there. Yep. No. Okay. Fine. Just me.
No? Not tall. Sorry, the last one's not tall enough to be a muscle mommy for the troll. That's incredible.
The beard helps make up for it, though.
Well, the Azamar has healing hands,
Ah,
right? That's
good
helpful.
massage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Light bearer, so they can cast light cantrips, so you don't have to worry about like, walking around in the dark. It's like a little night light if you need it.
Something I always look forward to, girlfriend.
Yeah.
A night light.
Your nightlight. Well, like, it can be. Sometimes you hear scary noise in the dark at night, and it's just like, boom, there's the little nightlight, and the Asper's like, I'll just go check it out, or however they talk. I don't know, but
What are they? What is the source of these things?
they're
They're yeah. I was gonna say
they're an
it's like
angel.
Angel and yeah, it's a playable race. Yeah.
yeah, they are. They are basically like half celestial or like part celestial, part human. And the same as the tiefling.
I was gonna say it's the alternative tiefling. I got
It's
you.
yes.
Mhm.
I'm just saying,
which,
I take
like-
one. That sounds fantastic.
It's a smash so long as like their like guilt trips don't come into play, because I feel like that could be an interesting dynamic. I'm just not in need to relive from my childhood. So
You picture it like in a D&D movie, like the tiefling on one shoulder and the Azamar on the other.
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's a separate fantasy, and we're not talking about that right now.
No, I think this person would have a very strong moral code. I don't know if it would be ultra religious, but it definitely would be like doing the right thing, right? Because Asmirs don't have to be
As long as
religious
we're not
to do it.
dogmatic, we're okay. Got it.
No, they're just they've just got higher ideology of like how the world should work. I'd say Smash. Yeah.
Back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I think we're in it to win it. Knock on wood. So.
Smash would give hugs too. Oh, okay. Heck yeah.
Oh, I bet the hugs would be fantastic. That's fair.
Yeah. Honestly, the main reason is I'd be like, hey, I seriously, like, masseuses and chiropractors are expensive. If you, with those healing hands, can just, like, crack my spine like a glow stick and just realign it,
like a towel.
Oh my God. Like, I'm in. All right. I need someone to give me another number. Maybe I'll go on from the chat. What's another number between, like, 5 and 280? I make you glow. Respectfully.
Yeah.
169. Fuck you.
I mean,
Good number.
Yeah.
We lose Jen again. We lost Jen. We'll get there.
Yeah,
It's
she's worried. She doesn't know what to do at this point.
it
It's
is not
getting
an
better.
exciting thing in Volos. Just yeah. Lucrota is not like this is not a fun thing. And that's
We got
169.
Kruthix right here. They're this little
Oh, yay! Yep.
nice teeth, right?
Yep.
Giant,
So
crazy scythe arms.
Bella would immediately make it a pet.
Yeah.
They have a freakishly long tongue. Just looking at the imagery. Right, let's take a look. What do they do?
What was that? A Drider?
It's a Kruthix.
No, but understood
It's
why
a Zergling with a dog head.
Yes, it's a Zergling. Hey, pack tactics, right? So, they're probably bringing friends. If you're into that kind of thing, this is probably going to be a group effort, right?
I would keep one as a pet. I would take it everywhere. Anytime somebody wouldn't let me in, I'd tell him he's my emotional support animal
Oh, that's good.
while he's trying to eat everyone. And I just say, oh, he's just a big sweetie. Just kick him off.
How do you take that on the plane, though?
Well, emotional support animals aren't technically protected on a plane, but yeah, they're not service animals, guys.
I'm asking for the size category.
Yeah.
It's not small, but they can get bigger. They can range from small to large monsters, depending on.
Got it in a bag on the subway.
Yeah, depending on like their age. They're also tunnelers, so like if you were to go down the route of Smash, but you were embarrassed and your friends walked in, they all just disappear.
They are Zergling.
Yeah, they're 100% Zerglings. This is 100% like just StarCraft.
Blizzard go sue somebody.
So, is Blizzard still around? Have they made any games recently?
World of Warcraft, I think they re-released the original and called it like Classic or something prior to any expansion.
That's actually a theme from one of the Futurama episodes where like Mom takes over and she's like, yes, we're gonna.
We know that Matt Groening is a prophet. Like that's.
Oh yeah.
Like that's been well established at this point.
Well, it's when like Mom takes over the Slurm factory and she's like, we're gonna release like Slurm Crystal or whatever it is, or new Slurm. And it's like, but people aren't gonna like it. It's not nearly as good as the original. It's like exactly. So we'll market that for a while, and then we'll come back with Slurm Classic, and people will just flock to the stores for it. I was like, solid. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cursed Pet.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cursed Pet.
So especially if you're sitting around and you're like, I just need some like protection, right? Like your little like bodyguards or whatever, and then like someone comes in, they're like, it's time to take you out. It's like, and they're like, I'll fight you. And they're like, with what army? Like 9 of these things pop out of the ground. It's like, aha, that was my Zergling army. Sorry, Kruthik. They're Zerglings. How you looking, Rouge?
Your guess is as good as mine. Like,
we're all here.
I have no idea what I could do to possibly fix the recurring issue. So I have no reason to expect that this is going to not crash again in like the next 15 minutes. So I got nothing.
Fair enough.
I have exhausted the extent of my troubleshooting IT skills and they haven't worked. So it is what it is.
Curse stream. Let's go. One last question for the group. Dominic Gray, smash or pass? As we're
Pet.
getting back.
Definitely pet. Put him on a leash. Pull him along behind us.
Pet. He has been a cursed pet for most of this campaign.
He has.
I showed the picture of him, right? Yeah. Let's look at that picture again.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Only a pet if we can give him the like equivalent of putting a beta fish in one of the little plastic containers at PetSmart, like that kind of pet. Then yes.
Yeah. See.
Is it?
Is this a picture for ants? He looks like the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
I
see it.
He's got some class. He's got accept.
He doesn't have the hat though.
He does not have the hat.
He could get a hat though.
The hat was good.
But he does accessorize. You can see the jewelry. Right?
Yeah.
He's got like 4 belts on.
He was pretty attached to that locket for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you slap that into the NPCs or?
Is that not in there?
Channel? I don't think so.
I thought it was swiped.
No, I feel like we just put it on Owlbear last time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'll throw it in
Which
there.
is the problem.
So.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
I'll take his clothes.
So it's like.
So you want him naked?
The seeming smash actually pass.
I like his style. He's got good style.
He does have good style. Mm-hmm. He has drip.
You gotta remember too, high level wizard, right?
Is
good
he
intellect.
a wizard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a wizard.
I mean, like Mage Hand is useful in this. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, there's a whole lot of just stuff that could come out, and plus, like beyond arcane tools, you're just looking at somebody who is committed to a path of study, right? This is the kind of person who like writes goals and gets them done.
All right, so we're at this this ball, this feast that we have thrown in celebration.
Yes.
Valen did want to have say something to the Raven Queen while we were here.
Okay. Yeah, we can wind back time. Actually, no, she would have come in with Bella. So I think you'll have that moment as like that start happens as Bella walks in with Gray. And everyone's like, what the hell? But the Raven Queen has reappeared in the banquet hall again.
Okay.
With Bella glowing with a slightly different magical aura.
Is everybody happy to see Gray?
Gray just sheepishly waves at the group as Bella kind of introduces him, because I think the last line is something along the lines of like, hey, this is my brother Gray. And everyone was like, flip table. End session.
Odette does warn the three actors, dancers, like I did last time. Oh, there she goes, poor gal. Not to to speak, but say nothing, and do not make any like deals with him. And then she's like, "Remember to smile, my dancers." And then like turns around, just like gray in the flesh. What a surprise!
I'll be
Itzel
honest,
was wild shaped and is still wild shaped.
Yeah, you were an otter, I think, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gray says to Odette, like, thank you. I was a surprise to me too, honestly. I have to thank Bella for it. Like, I didn't think it was possible.
She is very resourceful, and she obviously has a great deal of feelings for you. Why else would you be here in the flesh? You owe her so much. It's so good that you're here with her.
I do. And I do want to start trying to repay that as soon as possible. So, if she were here and not distracted by the rest of the feast and could respond, I would just want to let it make it known that, like, anything I can do to help you all, I meant it when I told Bella. I know that was kind of a hard thing to translate through, but like, if you like your mentor, General Kozan, if that's still something you want my help with, I will gladly help. You've done a lot to keep Bella safe, and but by proxy, you've done a lot to keep me safe. So I owe all of you.
She seems like kind of like taken aback and like pleasantly so. She says, I would have to think on that just a little bit.
Of course.
Of course, when you offered some time ago, it has only been, 3 weeks at this point, that we have been on this journey. I think you are saying that we would be able to utilize the Arcanum in Lady Alora's realm. But you wanted something back from me.
Yes, it has changed slightly, but the main thing I wanted back was just building more protection around Bella, and I'll admit myself as well.
Of course.
But in a place where I had no ability to, or I'll say very little ability to proactively help and keep people safe, the only options available were to just surround Bella with as many possible contingencies to keep her and the rest of you alive as best as possible. So that's a very long way of saying the only thing I would need from you is to keep doing what you're doing and help keep Bella safe. In terms of what I would need in general, gemstones. But
gemstones?
It's a component for the spells that would have to be used. Diamonds and rubies, but that's not
such expensive taste.
Well, that's not me asking for costs. That's what needs
Diamonds
to be.
worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
Yes. And also
no. There's just like otter chattering going on, like twitching in a corner, and she's like helping like dancers go down like this like slide of the like creek, etc. a bit. But like every time he makes a statement, there's just like a chitter and a twitch from the like gigantic river otter over at the corner. Yeah.
But he says, that is not a cost I'm trying to levy on you, Odette. That is simply what is necessary for the magical resonance to take effect and be channeled properly. Gemstones can be phenomenal conduits for arcane power in certain situations.
You know, you are very lucky. I happen to be a jeweler myself. I do it on the side.
That is incredibly fortunate.
Yes. I would be able to ascertain the value, and if the value was low for one particular stone, I may be able to, with time. She kind of like looks around. She's like, in the right environs, perhaps make it worth more. But what
That
spell is this that you would be casting?
this is where it gets complicated. May I see the music box?
Her eyes kind of like twitch.
Yeah, just
had
fucking
fun.
grip it and rip it, baby.
You
Slop
may?
that down, dude. Shit, yeah,
And
dude. Crack
she
one for the
kinda
big
like
boy.
Thank you for
gets
the
it
donation.
out. And if he like tries to take it from her, like there's the resistance.
No, he just asks and says, "May I see?" Just kind of holds out a hand. He says, the nature of the spell used to trap your mentor inside this thing is going to determine how we retrieve him. And depending on the complication and power level of that spell, it could be one spell or several that are needed to be used to get to the point where he can be retrieved and then kind of recorporated.
She thinks for a second and she says, "Was I familiar with with Soul Cage, the spell?"
So when you had the Arcane Tower look at the music box, they were able to tell you, yeah, like Soul Cage is a weird spell, right? Because it's been a minute, so I was refreshed, right? It takes the soul of a creature that you have killed and traps it into an object and allows you to exploit the soul for like knowledge, power, various stat bonuses, that kind of stuff in the spell description. But in terms of like the narrative, right, there's a lot of things that can mean when you take like somebody's soul and imprison it into an object.
One that he made.
Yeah, like there are mechanically it's as easy as like, hey, cool, we're going to basically do some sort of like remove curse, dispel magic, and then make sure the soul is transferred to a actual vessel somewhere. But narratively, that there's a lot of steps in there that could go wrong because, as Gray explains, like if we simply just dispel the magic or remove the curse on the music box, there's a possibility that the soul it should move on. That would require additional examination because based on what you said about Chantel and her allegiance to lower abyssal fiends, there may be secondary effects that are not standard for that type of magic. So
she may have bargained his soul to her master.
It's very possible. And at that point, breaking the curse that he's currently under may send his soul to a destination that is unwanted. They may also simply set him free and he would be free to choose to move on or stay to try to return. But without knowing that, it's a risk.
She hands it to him and she says, "Be very careful and please do not take any actions without my say-so."
I'd like to just cast some basic identify and detection spells on this for now.
She kind of like folds her hand and her arms and like kind of like nods, and then I'm gonna get ready to roll Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, he takes it from you and very carefully like sets it down on the table.
All right. That'd be
What'd you roll?
22.
22?
Yeah.
You see that he starts using the verbal and somatic components that are in line with the detect magic spell. And he does that, but nothing happens. He ponders for a moment. He goes, I may need to actually rest and refamiliarize myself with these spells. It has been a very long time since I have cast. And being imprisoned is not a restful thing. And he kind of slides the music box back towards you and says, I will continue this research, but I'm probably going to need the night to refamiliarize myself with everything in my notes.
Of course.
And then he kind of pats himself down, like, where are my keys? Where's my wallet? Kind of thing. And he goes, right. Oh. This is going to be weird, but may I borrow a dagger? I need to retrieve my spellbook.
She takes a dart out of her pinned up hair and gonna hands it to him.
Perfect. And he actually draws a quick little symbol on the table in some chalk that he pulls out of his pocket, and then just stabs his finger with the pen, draws a line of blood across it, and you can actually see a almost spectral image once this circle's given power. Just the spectral image of a book appear slowly, and after about a minute of focus, it fully materializes in front of him. And he picks it up and returns the dart to you.
You keep it.
Appreciate it.
You may need it in the future if you lose this again.
I had to put it somewhere where it was not likely to be found, and I didn't have much time.
Sounded like you died afraid. I am so sorry.
I had a lot of time to reflect on that, but the short answer is yes. But I will continue to work on breaking down this curse and trying to see how we can help free your mentor.
Yes. I do appreciate that. I have several other sources that are also working on the matter, but do not prioritize me, please. Prioritize your sister. I know you want to help her and make amends. You should start there. But
spell it back? Oh, there she is.
yes, but it is, and she presses her hand to his shoulder, and she's warmly she says, the gesture is not unnoticed and appreciated.
He gives you a very knowing look and just says, I understand very well the toll it can take on someone to be stuck in an object like that for quite some time. I would like to do everything I can to alleviate that burden from your mentor. And with that, he turns to Bella. Is your stuff?
I'm so sorry. Can I roll Can I roll intuition on him?
Oh, insight, sure.
That's gonna be pretty high. That's a 25.
Good.
He
Special
seems
art.
sincere.
But
He seems sincere.
His butt also seems sincere.
Yeah,
His hips don't lie.
they do not.
Shit.
That's why he has so many belts on them to kind of keep them from gyrating so much, No, he seems sincere. It does strike you as like, if you were to be lying, this is a great lie because it's just 100% bathed in truth. But you kind of like rack your brain to think like reasons why he would lie about this. And like that's the part where you kind of come up short of like, I don't really know what he has to gain by doing extra work to help me, other than being sincere. But it just
Or learning how to re-engineer Soul Trap. So who knows?
I mean, that'd be cool too, right? Those thoughts do cross your mind, but
Right. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. But Gray turns to Bella and says, I know I said it earlier, but thank you. This is phenomenal. I'll be honest, it's actually it's kind of weird. I haven't had to like breathe or talk or I've felt cold in a while. It's it's kind of novel.
You're welcome. I totally
still has a fucking Itzel.
Don't mind me as I continue to try to fix my video ninja issues. This is definitely Bella just being very overwhelmed by the moment and not the player being extremely distracted as she tries to make sure she can actually stay in this game.
Bella, I see you're very overwhelmed at the moment. Valen.
Sorry.
Gray just
hopefully it won't crash again because I've lowered my video settings.
Okay, fingers crossed.
So hopefully it will.
Yeah, Valen, as watching this, kind of let everybody else have their moment because he knows that the rest of the group hates Gray. They have very strong feelings about this, but Valen is chaotic good and doesn't actually have a problem with Gray at all. He understands that he did this stuff to save his sister, and he's like, I can respect that. And so he's just like, I'm going to let them have a minute, and then kind of walks over and like gives Bella a hug. He's like, you got your brother back!
Totally not complicated thing for Bella to sort through. This is just objectively good. Zero drawbacks at all.
I don't understand why we're bringing alignment into this bullshit. Like the
should buff.
Wins all around, as far as I'm concerned.
That's right.
Yeah. After you kind of give Bella a hug and like, there's a moment where you two kind of talk about like, hey, this is a huge thing. It's awesome. Gray kind of stepped up to you, Valen, and just holds out a hand and says, I've seen firsthand all the fights that everyone has gone through. And this is overdue, but you're fantastic. I just sincerely want to shake your hand as someone who has more than once saved a lot of people in this room, but again, myself included.
Oh, Valen would shake his hand, definitely. He's very happy to meet him in person. And I hope that this goes well and that there are no complications with you and Bella.
I would hope so as well. We're gonna have to find a new way to, or I guess, go back to the old way of communicating. Right? It's different when you can kind of hear one another.
There's definitely going to be a new dynamic you have to work out here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, if there's anything I can do that would help you, please don't hesitate to ask.
Sure.
I owe you a lot. I owe all of you a lot.
Well, hopefully you can come along and assist us in the grand endeavor.
When you say that, his eyes kind of like flash, and he with like just a I don't even think Val would need to roll insight on this. With just like pure unbridled rage. At the idea of like coming along and insisting like finishing this endeavor. And then he blinks and his eyes kind of go back to normal and he says, I'm looking forward to it. There's nothing more than I want than to end this.
There's a little bit of tension between you and Zengi, huh? There's a little unresolved emotions there.
That's a very diplomatic way of putting it.
That sounds like this is going to go well.
It's been too long since someone held him accountable for his actions.
Oh, we are going to do that.
Where's Itzel?
Splash.
Like he sees the otters. Like, okay, just waves at you.
She's gonna like lift her like backside and tail out of the water and like wiggle the tail at him. Like, I'm acknowledging you, but I'm not talking to you right now. We're just gonna continue to like help the dancers slide down the like, you know, slippery creek and enjoy their festivities of. But she's not ready to have a human conversation with this person.
Fair enough. It's great. Kind of like talks to all of you and gets settled. Also, Odette, you can make an Arcana check. I should have said that earlier. But he like sets down with his like just his spell book is interesting because like out of the corner of your eye, it does not seem like it's actually like there. Every time you look at it, it's there, but like every time you like just turn away, it seems like it's like a weird shadow or like translucent at times. It's kind of odd.
An out of phase spell book.
22.
Did you take the spell Blink way back in the day?
I took God, did I? I want to say let's just say either we can roll even or odds, but I forget.
I think it came at one point. Regardless, Odette, you'd recognize this as actually very similar to what Valen said of like, this book is not entirely in phase with the material plane. It is actually blinking in a controlled manner. Which there's a lot of reasons why I could do that, but there's definitely a link between this thing and the astral plane.
Interesting.
And Bella, you would see that too. I know you're in the middle of stuff, so. Valen, you're welcome to roll Arcana if you like. I know it's not your jam.
My Arcana.
I will, because my Arcana is pretty darn good.
Is
I got a 17 with my -1.
damn.
Oh.
I got a 26.
Okay. Valen, you do notice it. The connection that this thing is somehow linked to the astral plane like doesn't quite click. But you're like, oh, that's you fought things that are not quite here, so like you think that's in the same kind of category.
He would ask, "Oh, that's a neat trick. Does that keep people from stealing it?"
There you go. Itzel, you get the same stuff that Odette would see, right? He looks up and like he's got the book open, and like with the other hand, he's like grabbed food off the table and it's just like absentmindedly eating like his third sandwich, because he hasn't eaten in a very long time, and he says, "Yes, actually, that's call it a failsafe, if you will. It makes it difficult for people to take this wealth of knowledge from me, and makes it easier to hide it if I need to."
Seems smart.
Very perceptive with that. Have you had dealings with alternate planes? I mean, outside of the Shadowfell.
Oh, I've dealt with critters that do that. It's really annoying.
Yes, they can be difficult to pin down.
Is there a pattern to the way that it's blinking? Like, is it the kind of thing where, like, you know, I don't know, like if I wanted to like be an asshole, for instance, and like, you know, like poke the space where it was when it is currently not in phase, like.
If there is a pattern, you'd have to sit and study it for a while.
Okay. Okay.
It's not, if there is one, it's not noticeable. I'll say that.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, he just sits down and begins studying. As everyone kind of, I guess, tries to get the festivities going again.
Well, I was curious, when he tried to cast Detect Magic, did it seem like he tried to cast a spell and it fizzled, or did he fail to use magic?
17 Arcana, he tried to cast a spell and it did not. It fizzled, basically.
Okay, so he was still channeling magical energy. It's not like he's suddenly mute or something.
No. You're all casters. You know this to an extent, right? At some point, you gotta take a long rest and recharge, right? Being trapped in a cursed object for 1,000 years is not restful. It's probably very low, if not out of spell slots.
That's fair.
So, which he did not cognitively recognize until he tried to cast. But.
Well, getting people back to the banquet table and to get the food and the drink going again, try to get some spirits up. Valen will take a moment to talk to the Raven Queen. He said, "I wanted to bring it up.
Yes.
My lord is the Lord of Battle.
Of course.
And I wanted you to know that your first battle with Orcus, here, where you bested him, is a legend. We tell stories about it. It's amazing. And I have a feeling that with what we've learned today, you're going to want to have a rematch."
Her face is very neutral. Again, that constant shifting of shadows and images, right? But there's a half-second like delay in the shift when you say rematch, and just continues to go back to shifting. And she says, "I would like to ensure that Orcus never has either reason or opportunity to set foot in my realm again."
See, now that's a match I want to see. I want to throw this out there. You've said that you agree to help us once on this campaign.
Correct.
If you also agree to help us at the end against Zengi himself, I'll just say you'll have me in your corner for that fight. You and Orcus. The rematch with Tempest's Paladin on your side.
ponders this for a moment and then says, I'm grateful for that. In dramatic battles of that sort, you would know, based on how Tempest is, they don't go as would be perceived, I guess is the way to say it. It does not, those types of battles do not operate in the same types of physics or in the same world structure. And massive divine or arcane power can make a difference in changing the literal fate of a fight like that. So knowing a ally from a divine power would be willing to help in that moment, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. In the metaphorical realm that a lot of this takes place, having the god of battle's hand in your battle, I thought might be useful.
Yes. Having the god of battle bless Orcus's downfall would be a very powerful boon. I appreciate that. Well,
a toast to the downfall of Orcus. Fuck that guy.
Everyone raises their glasses and says, to the downfall of Orcus. And you can hear that toast just like reverberate through the palace of memories, right? As if the building itself is like, fuck this dude.
He's not real popular.
Yeah. And you can feel that surge of energy kind of move around the room before it settles, right? And the Raven Queen says, I do have more matters to attend to. I will return, though. Please let me know when you are ready to leave, and I will take you to where Metzley is. I left the rooms for you. You need to rest before you go.
Do we have to go? Well, no, we wanted to do a rest, but do we have to go together? Probably, right?
Go together, to where Metzley is?
Yeah.
The Raven Queen says, if you'd like to go now, I did say I would take you all there. I did not say it would be together or separate. If you wish to leave now, I can take you there. I would caution you against it. It seems that you all are at your best when you are with each other. But if you do truly wish that, I will take you now.
I would be worried about that if she's been bouncing around with that lantern between the different planes. We don't know that where she is.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Logically, yes.
No, I absolutely know that you want to go to her right now, and I respect that.
And frankly, Itzel doesn't necessarily feel like being at this party feels like a party, like in the same, I don't, I don't want to pretend that I'm happy that Gray is in a corporeal form. So.
Can we hurry and take a long rest?
Yeah, well, we can take a rest, and then basically as soon as we get up, she'll, yeah.
Is it still communicating all of this while in otter?
No, well, to the Raven Queen, sure. To the rest of you, probably not. I'm assuming she can understand me if I'm, thinking at her while in outer form.
100%. The Raven Queen has telepathy.
Yeah, so she's gonna, basically, she's thank you. I will probably wait for everyone, as tempting as it is to leave the party.
What's going on with my computer?
to be with my cousin. I think it's wiser to be together. But yeah,
she nods.
Thank you for your hospitality one more time. The creek slide's really fun, and I have stuffed my pockets full of fruit for our shadow dragon friend. Yes.
She nods and
yeah, like she's gonna like, because like otters have like a little like pouchy thing, like at least marine otters do. I don't know if river otters do, but like she's gonna like hold out like a guava and be like, like.
She nods and takes it.
But like, I will party while we are feasting. We appreciate the ability to rest, and for especially for our friends to sort of celebrate their safety and a breath
just
in between
fucking
trials.
rip it, baby.
Yeah.
Slop that down, dude.
Thank you for the donation.
Dude, crack one for the big boy.
She's starting to go as you say that, and stops, and she'll say this part out loud. She'll say, there are many who pass through here, and one of the hardest lessons for mortals to learn is that the passage of time, even while doing what's perceived to be nothing, resting, or simply recovering, is one of the most important things in life. Because many a time people have thought, I'm wasting time now. I need to push forward and do something. And very quickly, they end up on my doorstep. And the ironic part is, had they just...
I didn't need this to get personal, madam. No.
the ironic part is, had they just simply waited...
DM, stop it. No.
just a little longer to properly be prepared for the task ahead, they would have had more time on the back end. Just something to think about. I'm happy you're all here as guests. I would be less enthusiastic if you were here as, well...
memories.
Yes. Not now, anyway.
Yeah,
Not yet.
We will be. Yeah. We will be. I hope to, add several sparkly things to your halls, however.
I look forward to it. But not soon. And with that, she, kind of holds up the mango as like a thanks, and...
It's a guava, but yes.
Sorry, guava, and proceeds to walk out. Odette, you said you had a scene you want to do. Is that with the Raven Queen, or is that just with people? Okay, so yeah, she turns to leave.
Odette, kind of follows her, and she says, "May I walk with you, illustrious queen?"
Oh, of course. I have other duties to attend to, but you are welcome to join.
Oh, thank you so much. I do not want to take much of your time. I know we have taken a lot of that as it is, but like you said, rest is important. She waits until they are far away enough, maybe in a different hall or a different corridor. If she's just walking me to my room, I don't know.
She actually walks down a corridor behind the Great Hall throne room area, and it is just lined with books, scrolls, maps, right? A wealth and treasure trove of knowledge. And as she walks down this hallway, you can see every few moments, something new appears on these shelves, like a new portrait, a new journal that kind of like slides into an organized spot, right? And these little pieces of knowledge are slowly being added. And she takes a left into um, one of the side rooms, and she opens the door. Is a room just filled with brightly colored sand and gems, right? Like at first, they look almost like diamonds and rubies and emeralds and all these things, but you realize it's not. They're not actually gemstones. They're just like these beautiful colored sands, and they're just thousands of these different objects, all in weird shapes and sizes that are just throughout this room. And there are kenkus kind of moving about, watching them. Um, and some of these are like standard hourglass form where the sand is just flowing down. Some of them are sideways. Some of them have like strange twists and designs to them. But all of them have a clear start and end point. Some of them being as small as like a desk side object, and some being as large as sections of like wall and bookcases, right?
Mm.
And they're all taking notes, and they all stop when she walks in, and she just simply waves a hand, and they all nod and continue what they're doing. And she says, "What did you wish to speak about?"
I am sure that the conversation that I had with Gray did not go unnoticed beneath your all-seeing eyes. This is your realm, of course, and you are its lady. I shall continue. So, there is this woman named Chantel, and she goes into, like, she thought she was her friend. She was betrayed. She said, and that night it was all a ruse. I am grateful I got to direct my very first. My directorial role was ruined, and she used that opportunity to place me as the star of my own show. And in the backstage, General Kazan Azulana was stabbed to death by her, where he was just looking out for her, thinking that she was the target of a conspiracy. We fought, Chantel and I, in the ghost wing of the academy, and the loss of him was so much. And she takes out the music box. I did not know how broken my heart would be to know that he was still with us, but locked in this something of his own making for me. Out of jealousy, she did this. I am sure you know much of this already. Goddess of shadows, ravens, and knowledge.
As you're walking through this room, partway through the story, she's stopped at one area where there's like a kind of balcony to oversee some things, and she's listening, but she's looking intently at one of the hourglasses.
There is, and I do not know your relation to Mistra, goddess of magic. Her chosen said that she would look into a way to undo this. I know he does not want to be in there. But he said mentors do not leave their proteges' sides. I do wish to either find a way to free him so that he can go to where he belongs. I am not sure where that might be. perhaps by Alistrai's side as she dances through the woods in the moonlight. And now Gray has this answer. He is so intent and he seems sincere that he wants to help, even if it means bringing the general back to life. What a joy that would be. She, like, her dark violet eyes kind of like follow where the Raven Queen is like looking, and like she tries to like intuit like something on her shifting face.
Roll perception.
Yes.
She very much is listening to what you were saying.
Oh,
She just focused very intently on one object in the room.
got it. Perception. Not bad. 15, 22.
There's a series of, it's like a strange hourglass setup that eventually catches your attention because everything else in this room is in motion in some way. This one is not. There is a strange, it's like on one side there is this like almost like red black sand. On the other side of it there is this strange like bluish white tinted sand, and it looks as though there's no other things in here you've seen that are like combined colors, right? It's just one color per object. In this situation, it looks like these two different devices at some point have entangled themselves into this strange spiraling helix. And the sand has just stopped moving on both of them. And she's just staring at that as you talk and just nods. Says,
It is beautiful.
Because that is an anomaly.
Is it what?
An anomaly. It's every mortal life has a timer, and it changes based on the course of action that a person decides upon in their life, and the sand at the start can be added to or depleted, but it continuously flows and eventually ends. On rare occasions, sand stops. And that tends to be due to, well, cosmic disturbances of some type.
Not all of them good, I am sure, from the tone of your voice.
These two objects, one hourglass belongs to your old friend Chantel, and the other to your mentor, General Kozan. They become intertwined and both frozen.
They are like a pas de deux. They are reliant on each other, a dance of two. You are saying there is correlation?
The magic that Chantel may have used to imprison your mentor may also be prolonging her life.
No.
And halting his from moving on.
She's a leech.
But it is no longer in her possession. It is here, even in your sacred halls. Why would this happen? Aside from cruelty.
The logical answer is malicious and dark magic. But why it continues is simply based on the power of the caster or the patron.
Mm.
Now we can force these objects to continue to function properly, but that is not my role. I prefer. It is dangerous to interfere in things like that. Can be done, but it has strange consequences.
You do not wish to. You have the power to, but you do not wish to interfere. Is what I hear you say?
There's a danger in interfering in that way. And you actually like it's been a minute since we've done this in game, but Odette, you actually think back to Sunshine and Dusty, just yelling about like cosmic implications of changing things like that, and how Dusty was like, "It'll probably buff," you know. Oh, heck, hello, more raiders. What is up? We're doing some stream stuff. Hello, great to have you here. We're playing D&D 5e, and we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders. If you want to donate or follow the channel, that's also cool too. But we're just doing some cool stuff with the Raven Queen and having these, deep and meaning philosophical conversations about what it means to change the trajectory of people's lives in the cosmos, or something like that. But welcome, happy to have you here.
Okay.
So, but
Waiting for the argument of why we should not just kill Chantel.
So if you recall, Dusty was like, "We can bend these rules. It's okay," and because Dusty being some sort of like Stardust elemental, right, was like, "Nah, like the cosmos are chaotic. We can bend rules all the time. Rules are not an intrinsic part of the universe." And Sunshine, of course,
Sunshine was like, "Yes, they fucking are."
Being a inevitable was like, "No, there are in fact rules in how this world works, and like I specifically exist to enforce them." And we cannot bend them in
Literally
that way
my
because
job.
it would cause cosmic chaos, and then the two of them would fight about it.
And
right?
we perhaps caused this disturbance by distracting both of them in order to get a glimpse into their scrying pool in order to find out where Gray's lab was.
Actions have consequences is a cause and effect ripple that occurs, right? Even like bringing you back was a weird thing because they technically followed the rules. They didn't quite bring you back. They just gave you an opportunity to come back, and then you took it, right? But it still caused weird ripples. So what she's saying is effectively she can, and she'll reiterate this. She says, I can do this. It is not my charge to interfere in that manner. When I do so, it is done cautiously and deliberately.
Cautiously and deliberately.
This is a creepy hall.
Right? Just one of the hours, just starts screaming like "No!" as it runs out of time. It's like, oh, some Kenku runs around being like, "I got him."
Odette seems like upset because she essentially was coming to, she says it out loud. She's like, I do not want to pretend that I am some silly princess coming to you like a fairy godmother, asking for my second father back. And I understand that the consequences that you are talking about were likely caused by us. And you can interfere, but it may have other implications further down the road. Would that matter if you did it? If you were able to bring him back? If I were to have a secret so big
Sit still.
that you could do that? Or if Laurel Silverhand, if she was able to find a different way? Maybe longer, maybe more tedious? Or if Gray is true to his word, if he was able to, and she like gestures like an ivory hand to the helix, would it undo this? Would Chantel, would this end Chantel's torment to him beyond the grave? In any three of the cases,
She reaches up and touches the like glass tubes of this helix. It glows slightly. And she says, the most important thing that you need to know. Regardless of how this situation is resolved, because you're right, I believe Gray has the power. I know that the Archmage Lady Silverhand is more than capable. I know there are other fantastic, divine, and arcane means available to bring back life. That's not the complication here. These two are tethered.
they would still be tethered, and
As long as
even
one
in
lives, the other will live. If one
If
dies, they both
the other.
die. That can be broken by very powerful magic.
No, I know you're not fishing for a compliment, but I know that you are capable of this. But if you want me to, I will. Your eyes. She starts like knowing that she's going to interrupt her.
The magic required here is something within my power, yes. It would disrupt abyssal magic on a very phenomenal cosmic proportion.
And bring more eyes to your realm, more likely.
This magic was not Chantel's.
It was her patrons? I see, guy. Something about Leviathan? I do not keep these names in my head so well.
It's been a minute. Her demon lord patron is Mammon, the abyssal lord of like greed, lust, and jealousy, basically.
Her wheelhouse.
Yeah, and
Charming.
she says to when deities seek to undo things done by others in the height of their power, it causes disastrous waves.
I understand.
It can be done. The question is, what will happen afterwards?
Well, I know you are quite powerful, and I know you are helping us perhaps beyond what some other people, some others of your ilk would do. And I'm thankful for that, I am. I would not want to put you in any kind of danger. You've been kind to us. You have a good heart.
If I may offer a piece of advice,
Of course.
a lot of people look to the gods or more powerful entities and think they can wave a hand and solve all their problems. And in some cases, that may be true. But there's a more complicated fabric that has to be managed that sadly mortals don't see, or and some get glances at it and start to understand. But things that are done by mortals can also be undone by mortals. I would
You are
seek to solve
saying
this problem between you and Chantel.
something tells me that I will be meeting her again. I do not know if I can force her to undo this magic.
It's
If that
within
is
her
what you
power.
are saying. Sorry?
It's within her power.
It is
She,
within her power.
she
She
laid
would
the
be
curse,
using...
she can remove it.
I would have to think of a very clever way to make her do that, wouldn't I?
That would save your mentor.
Thank you for that. I hope that this is advice given freely, and I am thinking of your words. Fools rush in. They do. But she like looks darkly at her, and like in like shadows. Maybe the shadows are swirling, like just in this realm in general. But
Mm-hmm.
like something, or maybe it's the gift that like I have a new patron, and maybe this is how it's kind of manifesting. Who knows? But she says, I have a secret that I wish to share with you. It is not something that I need to collect on right now, but it is something that you should know. And she kind of like looks at the menagerie around her and like realizes that perhaps in her service to the Raven Queen, she may become like part of the library, and perhaps that's something she'll talk about later on to her, because she does not want to become a part of a library. She looks into the Raven Queen's eyes and she says, there is one more person who was there when Zengi learned your name. and she like conspiratorial, like actually maybe more like schoolgirl gossip, but with a dark turn. Like leans in, and I know she's probably heads high, my diminished 5 feet, but she like leans in to like whisper into the Raven Queen's ear if she is interested.
She is. She moves a little closer.
His name is Gray. He was in the room when it happened, and he saw the paper.
You're saying Gray knows her true name.
He was the one. He was like, "Well, wait a second, boss," blah blah blah, and yeah. And she just like she takes a step back. You need to know this.
She doesn't immediately react. Just continues to stare off at these, thousands, honestly countless at a certain point, hourglasses. She says, okay. This is good, you and I. Building trust, exchanging knowledge. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes. And she says, I know exchanges happen. That is not what I'm looking for. If it needs to, not now, so much has happened. But I know. Yeah.
I feel we are simply two individuals giving one another advice on how to handle the problems we may face in the future.
Yes.
And her eyes actually kind of wander off to another. You can roll our perception on this if you like, to another area in the room, and they linger for just a second, and then
Actually, maybe.
she returns her gaze back to you.
12?
12. Would you like to burn a point of advantage?
We've got
Should I,
8.
guys?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
A little bit better. Oh yeah, actually a lot better. That would be an 18.
There you go. She looks over at. It's very far away, right? Because again, this room is not built to like physical standards. It is just this like endless labyrinth of these timekeeping devices, basically. But she looks at something on one of the far walls, and then just says, "I need to return to my work," and proceeds to like kind of gesture towards the door. As you have a second to kind of like take in what she was looking at, you see there's another hourglass that has been just completely shattered. It looks like it happened recently, and there's a Kenku who is like sweeping up the pieces. And this is a bit of a leap, but you have some good insight and rapport with her already.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you think, like, based on the topic, like it has something to do with Gray.
Oh my.
I was looking at this like shattered and like destroyed hourglass.
What color is the sand?
The sand is actually a like vibrant amber with like strange notes of like emerald. But it is shattered.
Interesting. She glances at it and she says, "Thank you, Your Majesty. Sleep well. I will really take all of your advice to heart." Just two women again, talking.
Just gals being pals.
She nods, and you are shown the door, and she goes back into the timekeeping room to continue her work.
All right. Thank you.
And it's easy. You could, down the hall, back to the left. You're back at the banquet hall.
She has a good cry, I think.
Yeah.
Learning that Chantel is still being mean. Surprise. Anyway.
But also, terrible moment of revelation, too. Because Gray did just have a whole thing of like, there might be more shit on this that makes it more complicated. I don't know. I'd have to look at it before we start fucking with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, doesn't mean he's right, or it doesn't mean he's good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent, but at least he's also thinking about those things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we meet back up with the rest of the group. As the party kind of winds down, right? People, of course, are riding that adrenaline high from a combat, the victory, but now, you're still a little banged up. It's been a long couple of days. Even with the protection from the effects of the Shadowfell inside the Raven Queen's domain, like there's still just an ambient feeling of like exhaustion, depletion in this place, right? That's not hurting you, but just kind of is there, right? And I think it one by one, people start to turn in for a rest. Eventually, even Gray going through his book kind of closes the book, and then looks around for a moment like, I actually don't know where to go. And then like waves on one of the Kenkus, and they like cheer at him. They're saying, "Oh, you can, there's this cot for you over there." And he's like, "Okay, that's fine." And lays down to rest as well. Is Jen alive?
I think she's in the audience at this point.
Okay.
I was saying if we take a break, we might want to just completely shut down the Video Ninja channel completely and then try loading it again.
Okay, that's actually perfect. This is a great time to take a break as you all take a long rest.
Speaking of segues.
Yeah. What a great thing to have working out. Right around break time too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop the stream, and then we'll come back on for a starting soon. Use that 10-minute counter as our whatever break time, and then this is for anybody. If there's anybody in the audience actually watching, I don't know. But if not, it's been said. You all know what's up. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Let's see.
Less useful in BG3
because
once
and it was one of the big problems.
Time I used it, I loved it. It was perfect, but it was just there. It's been so situational of how often you have to do the type of crowd control where that casting that is going to help you. Like you really kind of just need a place where there's a funnel that
right. The problem with Baldur's Gate 3 is that the jump mechanic is so goddamn useful. Difficult terrain is worthless. Like it does not matter. You're standing on ice, just jump clear. Like difficult terrain means nothing in Baldur's Gate 3. In 5e, difficult terrain is nice.
I love difficult terrain.
We had a combat where I used Hunger of Hadar because there was like a whole bunch of demons that were going to try to get to us, and they all had to go through this.
Oh no!
See, that's my fault because I put in the chat. I was just like,
I was like, you jinxed it. Why on earth would you do that?
All tech issues solved forever.
That was me.
Like
anyway.
That was, of course. Like,
yeah.
Perfect. No notes.
Well, you all had a great long rest. So reset your shit, at least.
Thank you for that.
for those who are playing along at home, we're still here. We're making it work.
But this time it was Andy's fault.
Yeah. Remember when Raven, I'm sorry, we're on first name basis.
That's so
she had
Raven.
some hot goss. Last time it was.
I don't know. I thought I was bringing the curse stuff. Like, I got a latte earlier today and they forgot to put coffee in it, and I had to be the person that asked them to make it again. And I was like, maybe I'm the one that brought the energy here, except I'm not having the tech problems. But no, that one was you. Like I feel solidly like I'm not the one that brought the curse this time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what I was gonna say to you, Jen, about like your AoEs, you did just get a staff of like the Magi or something, or Staff of Power that does have like charges that allow you to do like AoEs and fun things, I think. But also, if you need to throw AoEs at people that Valen and I are engaging, I have uncanny dodge for dex saves, and he has a
I'll be
lot
fine.
of hit points.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying take Hanger of Hadar and just point and shoot and hope for the best as far as what happens to you guys.
Just drop it on Valen, and the screaming inside, it's probably not me.
Well,
See,
the dex save.
everyone laughs when I say it, and I've never seen anyone play this class before, and I don't know why. I keep saying, play an Invoker, make it past level 6.
Spell shaking.
Because, yeah, you get free meta magic to just say, I don't want that person included in my AoE. And you can just stand there and watch shit just blow up around you and be like, I guess I'm okay. Like, no one ever does it. It's really weird. Very, very useful. But in this case, it's just, hey, they'll be fine. Is there anything Bella wants to do going into this long rest? I catch up with Gray or like get sorted. It seems like everyone else had a chance to like do their stuff. Unless there's anything Itzel wanted to do as well, but like they seem sorted on their end. Just want to give you a chance to do something before we move forward.
Yeah, probably just gonna say that she was catching up with Gray. I mean, this is, she has a brother again. That's probably gonna be her main focus.
Heck yeah. One important note. So, yes, you lost a lot of like the sorcerer abilities and everything. The ability to have one prepared wizard spell equal to the level you can currently cast at or lower, that does not go away. Because that was knowledge that like Bella has just in her mind now, because you had just access to that information for a very long period of time.
Okay.
Right.
Does that use one of my spell slots, or is that its own spell?
That is a free spell slot.
Okay.
As a use once per long rest, but like you have to declare what you have prepared. So right now you have teleportation circle prepared. That's the last time you cast it. So on a long rest you can change it, like right now if you wanted to.
All right, I may look into changing that.
Because at 15th level you can cast what, 6 level spells?
No. Warlock tops out at 5th level.
I'm not going off of Warlock metrics for this. This is technically.
Oh, okay. So metrics. If I was a wizard, at 15th level, whatever that is what my prepared spell is. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so you'd be able to cast up to 7th level spells. Sorry. So you can prepare one of those. They're mostly, I believe, the fields were Necromancy and Invocation, but I gave you Teleportation Circle, and there's a couple others I'm happy to like throw in there. But if you're like, I'm going to take some like super random thing that probably wouldn't be in Gray's spellbook, I'd be like, yeah. But if it does damage or it does cool necrotic shit, or gets you around, those are all viable.
Sickening Radiance? Oh.
Yeah, that's 100% viable.
I already have Sickening Radiance just as my Warlock spell.
So rad.
Look at this Warlock so flush with spell slots. You're like, I don't need more.
No, I absolutely want the spell slots. I'm just saying I can already cast Sickening Radiance.
And what does the staff do?
Oh, just all sorts of dumb shit.
Cone of Cold, I thought.
Yeah, it does. Oh, geez. Staff charges, spells, kind of cold, fireball, hold monster, levitate, lightning bolt, magic missile, raven fever, beam of it, or wall of force. Varying charge charge costs for that staff.
Where
Which
is this staff?
it's in the loot section.
Described? Got it. Okay.
Oh man, a wall of force around an enemy with like a little bit of shadow in there. If I can like get in there and then like get out of there, we could just lock somebody down. That would be great.
That'd be mean.
Don't be mean.
Be mean. Trust me. And the staff is currently, after the long rest, is back to the full 10 charges. And then there's a specific line. Keep in mind that if you burn all the charges, there's an additional effect of the possibility of shit happening with that spell staff. Or you can snap it in half and roll the dice literally on what happens. But it explodes, and that's cool. So, anyway, long rest achieved. Is the next morning. Morning and night don't really differentiate well here in the Shadowfell, but you still have a bit of a circadian rhythm. You haven't been here that long, so you're like wake up and it feels like it would be morning time back at home. Wall of Horse. Actually, that'd be even better. It's like I cast Wall of Horse, and it's just like the scene from Lord of the Rings where all the like riders of Rohan just show up, and it's like charge.
Mm-hmm. It's the same effect of
Okay.
Wall of Force.
Looks to the west on the light of the fort. Yeah.
Kind of want to do that now. Anyway, y'all awake. Y'all are awake. The Raven Queen offered to send your companions back to Waterdeep, and as well as take you to where Metzley is. You've had a chance to recover. You've had a chance to eat and reset your gear. What else would you like to do before you head out the door?
Say goodbye to the dancers.
Okay, absolutely.
Yes.
Flynn, Daphne, and Aurora with you, I believe. So, no, I'm sorry. You had jeez, I have my notes. Look at my notes. Don't do things from memories. Look at your notes. Flynn, Daphne, Aurora, and Rowan. Yep.
Yeah.
So, there's there's a moment of sadness, right? Like, especially for Daphne, who takes an extra second to talk to Valen and just says, I know that you said this is the best way we can help. I just want to make sure that this is where we need to be for the fight.
It absolutely is.
Okay.
You're ready. You've got a weapon.
I've got two now. Pull that second sword. Yeah, I figured the other hand wasn't doing much in combat, so I wanted to do something to keep the action going. So
Good. I like the good thinking.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually going to give her a couple of his throwing hammers, just in case. For when you need to get closer to someone than the sword.
She grabs one and does the a little flip toss of it to check the weight and catches it and it's like, these are nice, thank you.
No problem. They're very well balanced.
Incredibly so. I kind of can't wait to throw one at somebody.
It's so much fun. You're going to enjoy it.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm entrusting these people to your care. You're in charge.
Just smiles and looks at the rest of them. Is like, you hear that? You already were in charge. It's like, yeah, but this is a moment for me. And says no, thank you. I'll make sure they get back to Waterdeep. So we'll find Yusef. We'll link up with the other dancers, and we'll make sure we can help wherever we need to there. Because I know you said there's more bad stuff coming, so we'll be ready.
Perfect. I have faith in you.
So it's Rowan, right? Rowan was there.
Yeah. Rowan was there as well.
Yeah, Rowan, Daphne, and Flynn. So she like I think Odette speaks to like Flynn and like talked about like how hard he's trained and like it's really showing, especially under like combining two tutelages together with with what Valen has valiantly taught them. And then she turns to Rowan and she says, "All right, so those are both principal dancers. You keep them safe. As the choreographer, you're in charge, okay?" So,
Of course.
so conflicting information.
Listen, I'm gonna make sure they get back in one piece because I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna win this fight, and eventually we're gonna get the show back together. And I don't want to teach new people new choreography.
I mean, I don't want to diminish the death of one of our friends if it should happen, but training new people is
You've invested so much.
Right?
We've invested so much.
So
And
good.
I'm not just saying that because I am the prima donna ballerina absoluta, but I agree with you entirely.
He smiles and he gives you like a little fist bump. Like I'll make sure they're taken care of.
Thank you. And she like touches his leonine kind of like fist and says,
Lion paw.
and she catches it instead because she was going in for like a handshake. And maybe a hug.
This is why choreography is important. People improvise, it gets all screwy.
There's room for a bit of improv.
And he just grabs you with like the big lion arms and like gives you a hug.
While hugging, she returns the embrace. She says, "Now I know your best friend Cole is back in Waterdeep. Find him," and she gives him like a little like love letter she wants to send to Cole. "Find him. He is staying with my family and keeping them safe. Chantel is still on the loose. Find the rest of the company. You stay with Cole and stay with my family. They will keep you safe." But
okay,
yes, she thinks about talking about Azulana, but she chooses not to. Be safe.
He takes the letter and puts it inside like a jacket pocket and pats it. So I'll make sure it gets to him.
Safe. Keep each other safe, all of you. I believe you, and I believe in you, and I love you so much.
There's another round of hugs, and then the Raven Queen has reappeared and says, "Are you ready?"
Itzel has her pack is on. It's tied. She's been bouncing on her heels, said goodbye to everybody, but was is ready to go.
Okay. Itzel, go ahead and roll a perception.
Okay, fine.
Everyone else is having these heartfelt goodbyes and all these different things.
$25.
Good. All right. You see, as everyone's getting ready to go, Gray has been at the table with his spell book, and is just eating some fruit that has been brought out. And he mutters something, and
I
then
check
there's
my pockets and make sure it's not one of mine. Yeah, okay.
He mutters something, and there's a little flash on the table, and you see for a second it looks like a cat has appeared. Then you see it has wings and a weird sharp tail.
Got a chimera?
And he just reaches up and scratches its head, and it just kind of purrs this weird, almost deep guttural purr. It seems happy.
Okay.
It's
not a chimera. It's the one with the scorpion tail, right?
On a 25 perception for Itzel, you notice this thing looks a lot like a pseudo dragon.
Okay. All right. That's
But,
not where
yeah,
my brain
he
was
just
going with that. So okay.
scratches its head and it just like kind of purrs a bit and then like curls around like a little goblet.
And does it stay there? Like, is
Mhm.
this?
Yeah, you hear him say like, "Oh man, it's good to have you back, Edmund."
It seems awfully familiar.
There you go. And then as everyone else, says goodbye, passes off letters, gives advice to one another, the Raven Queen takes the dancers, kind of has them stand off to the side, and then with a just flash of just purplish shadowy smoke, the three of them just vanish. And she says, "Okay, they've returned safely."
Thank you so much.
For now.
Well,
Like
that's
elbow
true.
down.
The Raven Queen does say, "It's true. I cannot guarantee their safety after they've arrived, but they are safely in Waterdeep." And she her eyes kind of slide out of focus for a second, and then come back in.
I thought we were sending him back to the rest of the dance troupe in Lady Alora's realm, and then from there they were going to Waterdeep.
Yeah, that might be me forgetting an admin note, but
Okay.
yeah, she sends them where they need to go to get the rest of the dancers to head back to Waterdeep.
Oh my God! Sit still.
And her eyes kind of slide out of focus for a second, and then she blinks and says, "I think they'll be fine."
Ominous. I can wink at her.
She just a hint of a smile.
Eh,
Okay. And now,
is that the occasion for a wink? Really? Okay.
now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. 8. Excuse me.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Well, it's counting the 4 of you plus
Gray,
Gruff,
Necrocory, Gruff,
Gray, Necrocory, and
now Pseudo Dragon Edmund.
Yeah.
and Edmund. Ah, yeah.
Edmund.
I think if she actually says 8, I think that's where Itzel will cant her eyes over to the pseudo dragon on the table and be like, "Oh, it's 8 now."
Oh, look, Bella's pet has a pet.
It runs in the family of having creepy, weird pets. So, yeah, it's a little red pseudo dragon.
What's his name again?
Edmund.
Edmund.
Just the gifs of Rouge in the chat, just screaming. Sorry.
Oh, in the Discord.
Yeah. Just. But the 8 of you are. Yeah.
When I say that, does Gray say anything?
He looks over and says, he just looks at you and shrugs is there?
Are we to be introduced?
Oh, of course. This is my study companion, Edmund.
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
Mm-hmm. It's I figured he would want a chance to stretch his legs. He's been kind of stuck, just like me, and for different reasons, obviously. But yeah, I wanted to get him back out and about.
Odette kind of tries to approach. Go ahead, Itzel. Sorry.
No, she would just be like, 8 of us now.
He's friendly.
Good. Sorry, that was a little bit of a player reaction, but I think that's how she does it too. Good.
Where's Necrocory?
Perched on Bella's shoulder.
Yeah, I was just yeah.
So, yeah, you ready to get this adventure on the road? This will be great.
Yeah, I assumed he's essentially now my raven.
Uh-huh.
From having the Raven Queen as my patron.
Yeah, not gonna lie, the ratio of like bones to mouth now kind of messed up. But at the same time, like I'm also smaller, so I guess need less bones. You know. All right.
Do you though? Like, do you need fewer, or do you just need? You know what? I forget I asked.
By volume.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So the 8 of you get set up, and the Raven says, "Okay, I'm going to send you to where Metzley is."
And we can reach out to you anytime we need help. Or she like looks at Bella and herself, and then to the Raven Queen. We can reach out.
She says, "If you truly need my help, as promised to Itzel, I will appear. In lieu of that, I ask that you use the powers I bestowed on you to change the tide on the mortal level."
That we shall do.
Can we count on you for the final confrontation with Zengi?
Of course. I'll look forward to it.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Then that is more than we could have hoped for. Will we need where we are going? Do we need to be ready to hold our breath, or
swim?
suddenly douse fire?
I would have your weapons at the ready.
Yay! Just keep thinking of Deadpool 2 with Juggernaut. Let's fuck shit up is my legal middle name.
That movie was pretty good.
Hello. Sit still.
Itzel will go into starry form. Yeah.
Okay.
Aww.
The circle around you lights up, and then Seer just wave her hand, and you vanish into a cloud of purple mist.
Should I try this on real quick?
Oh no!
Hold on, I have to try on a helmet.
That works out.
Actually, that's kind of apropos.
Yeah, that works out very well, because there's some tokens that I still wanted to grab that I didn't grab previously.
Don't take him helmet shopping. And also, wasn't that a bowl?
Don't worry about that.
It's not tight like the last time, right?
It's I believe it's because he's going to be cosplaying the Hammer Mario brother thing.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I love you.
So it's the
Awesome Con for Awesome Con. We're going on March 10th, so if we're doing Super Mario Brothers cosplays. But I actually think that this one is for the Lord of the Ring cosplay. I'm doing Gimli, which is oddly apropos for this group.
Heck yeah! All right, I'm gonna put you all. Yeah, the scale on this is crazy. Forgot about this. Everything's very small.
I am going to roll a die for my wheel and woe also, so like that doesn't need to be, but yeah.
Zoom in a bunch. Yeah, this place is massive.
Okay, good.
New role violates role level security policy.
What?
Owlbear kicked me out and is super unhappy. Let me try again.
Oh, I can always.
Okay, cool. So I can make good things happen on reactions until our next long rest.
There's Gray. Do you? Bella, I have a necroquarry. I'm going to use the necroquarry that I have just because I love the image. Unless you have a raven image you want to use.
I do not currently have one ready to go.
Okay. Cool. And then boop.
I am waiting for Andy to accept my request to join.
It's so
not-
weird how sometimes it makes you get approval and sometimes you don't, because I just clicked on it and I got
Yeah.
right in.
I have
I
not,
It
normally
made
just
me ask for
join
approval
right in.
both times tonight.
I have not seen
Yeah.
a request for you to join.
Oh, poor Bella.
Cool. Let me just close it. Let me turn it off and turn it on again.
Yeah, I found that helps.
No, it's still stuck on asking to join.
Maybe,
That's what I
maybe
was-
you need to turn
It
it
did
off.
that to
turn
me
it on
earlier.
again.
Making the stream terrible. Tech gremlins.
Fun castle.
Yeah, this place is huge by
I'm
scale.
seeing barrels. So barrel of fun, if you will.
Barrels of fun.
Aha.
Indeed.
I'm seeing oversized ballistas. It's giving me aggressive. It's
It's very aggro.
it's giving too many chains and
Yeah, ballista. Yeah.
arcane thumb. I'm sorry.
Some of them are broken.
Arcane tongue depressors.
But
That is how you choose to. Okay. That's a
See where the
visceral.
chains are and the arcane tongue depressors.
I'm gonna ask people to roll initiative now, even though we're not in initiative, because this will help sort things as we get rolling.
Oh, I joined the old room. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah, use the
All right, I'm in.
hacker voice. I'm in.
That's what I am used to. It's single digits. Okay.
This is initiative.
All my
I'd gotten too used to double digits for. Like,
all my saved
This feels more familiar.
nonsense is all gone.
Let's get the nat 20 of the night. The only one I'll get
Nice.
is for initiative.
Nope, don't want that.
So that is 25, I believe. Let me.
Don't you say
26.
that.
Okay.
26.
Come here.
All right. Let me go down the. She add to initiative tracker, right? No, hold on.
Sit with me? Yeah.
I did this previously. Select character. Yeah, add to initiative. Okay. Cool. Odette, what'd you get?
26.
26. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Valen
Dude,
also
if
got.
you're a bard, if you are a bard, you add Jack of all trades to your initiative.
Facts.
So,
Valen got 25, you said?
forget that.
26
Also
as well.
26 as well? Okay.
Also
Cool.
death saves.
Bella.
Oh, yeah.
It's a skill check.
I believe you have a higher dex, probably.
12 for Bella?
Yep.
12. Not 21. And then Itzel.
8.
Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool,
Yep.
cool. Sweet. All right, so you can see by this massive map, right? You teleported somewhere else and the shadow fell entirely.
Appears to be a castle.
You land on the balcony of a strange floating castle. You look off to the sides, you can see there's just, you don't know what it is down there, but just weird purpley light and clouds with like low echoes of thunder and flashes of lightning below you. The castle, at one point, Valen, I think you would be able to clock this pretty quickly, was a very, very impressive stronghold. As you land and start to orient yourself to what you're looking at, it seems like it's been damaged and potentially abandoned or at least not kept up well.
I was going to say, the question is, has age caught up with it, or was it broken?
Go ahead and roll a insider perception.
That's not bad. 16.
Damage.
So this has seen some shit.
You look around because you're like, is this in disrepair? And you see like scorch marks. You see chunks of stone missing. You see like small remnants of what was probably massive just pools of blood at one point that have just been slowly washed away over time, but some has just sunken in and stained the stone. Right.
Can I tell how old?
Definitely not recent.
Okay, like yesterday or like 2 years ago. Yeah.
No, this is something that probably happened. Best case scenario 6 months ago, right?
Okay.
But you can see like the damage and the disrepair, and just the volume of different scars that this thing has accumulated. Probably came from massive damage over time.
I'll tell the party. I think there was a large battle here, and I don't think they won.
Do you think, like, she kind of like touches one of the stones on the ramparts? Do you think it is still inhabited?
How about a tracking roll? I've got something for that, don't I?
I'll take that.
No, I don't have. I must be thinking of a different character. I have survival.
Survival is tracking.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
I guide you.
That's maybe an 11.
I came a little too late. Never mind.
That's not gonna get you very far. Like you start looking around and you're like trying to figure out what it is you're looking at, and you're like, "There's a lot. I don't know really where to. I don't know what thing to pick to start."
There's just so much.
I am, if I can, gonna do like either perception or survival to get a sense of like whether or not there's anything I can see that's been recently disturbed or would point me to like which direction we're going for Metzley, because
cool. You can actually roll this. You can roll this perception or survival at advantage.
Okay. I think I want perception. Oh no, I want survival. Okay.
Just find another book.
Okay. Well, we want the 11.
Yeah, definitely the first one.
So yeah, that's 25.
Damn.
My survival is plus 14.
25. Cool.
You are a woodland critter.
Consult a thing real quick.
Hot stuff. Nice.
No big deal. Don't stress too much about it.
Some hot stuff.
What is it, Itzel, that you are looking to find specifically?
So if it's just like we're getting a lay of the land, she's looking for like the lantern light for one thing. But then like since it's survival that I rolled, she's gonna be looking for like whether or not there's disturbances in like the, dust or like ground that we're on, or like things that would indicate that someone had passed either through here recently more than the battle. Or like trail signs that I would,
here.
Or where someone went moved around to see where Metzley has gone. Seeing as she's not immediately evident on our. I also would be looking for she and I would know trail sign. So if she left me a cairn or something, I want to be looking for those guys.
Actually. Now that you mention it. There are indeed some symbols. You don't see them initially when you first land, but as you're looking around, you can actually see some markings that Metzley would be familiar with. And on that 25, it's hard because line of sight is not in your favor right now. Kind of looking across this whole area, you have this big old wall kind of right here hindering your view forward, and the stuff behind you, just so you're tracking, is just this barren wasteland that eventually leads to the castle itself, right? And it's almost on this floating peninsula. Everything else looks like it was part of just some sort of magical nuclear holocaust of some nonsense, right? Some type of desolation, if you will, where it's just been blighted and into oblivion. This seems to be the only thing standing in the area as far as you can see. But that said, you feel like Metzley's really close to you. And you just can't quite figure out where, but she's close by.
All right. So the symbols, is it something that stands for are we talking about pictographs or just like, if she was basically absentmindedly like scratching a thing in so it would be familiar? Like, what are we?
This would be the symbol for goal. Yeah. Like goal or endpoint, right? The kind of thing you would see kind of at the end of a trail marker to be like, you did it, you made it to the top of the mountain.
Should we just start shouting her name?
Or maybe
I don't know. Don't we have like a pseudo dragon and a raven that can do some like flying around and seeing what's going on?
and also stealth around.
Just to like.
Happy to send Necrocory to like do a little scouting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to go take a look around. That sounds really cool. This place doesn't terrify me one bit. Let's go.
Yeah, you don't get eaten.
And Edmund says,
Actually, I don't even have to send Necrocory. I can use Soul of the Raven.
Mm-hmm.
So Necrocory and I merge.
oh, dope. That's right.
If only you had a cloak that turned you into a bat.
Only.
But then she has to go. Like, if Necrocory goes, I'm not risking Bella. I'm just risking the creepy ass, like,
Bella's
non-pet thing that we made a pet.
Yeah.
No, that's Gray, and that'll be later. But for now,
I feel like you don't like my friends, Itzel.
Yeah.
I think your taste is highly compromised.
Gray also like looks over at Edmund, and all of you feel this like flash of emotional telepathy, where it just feels like the equivalent of just a curious head tilt, and like just like, I'm intrigued, and Edmund also takes flight.
Yep. There we go. Stretch your wings.
I think Odette is going to. She's familiar with this might not work. Maybe we're gonna try shenanigans. She's gonna try and use message. A creature within range. I whisper a message. Doesn't go through magical silence, foot of stone, lead, 3 feet of wood. I mean, like, so it's a what it is.
Foot of
120
stone might
feet.
be. Yeah.
120 feet is pretty good. And you've met Metzley. You know her.
Yes, so I'm familiar. So she's just gonna try that.
Okay. Itzel's gonna poke the symbol, but yeah.
120 feet. Yeah, you start shooting out some messages. You were left unread, unfortunately. There's no reply.
She says, "I can."
But that means it was received.
Oh, what was that dying?
They don't find this a source.
Okay.
You do not get a response.
Yeah, I just wanted the joke.
Okay, yeah, I was like that's different. Okay. I am, like I said, I'm going to poke the symbol on like the goal symbol. I have another suspicion about it, but I'm also just going to like mess with it and see if I can make something go.
There's very quickly you can discern there's nothing magical about this.
Yeah.
It's just a chalk symbol.
I have
Yeah.
I had another suspicion of what that might mean, but just in case, I'm gonna poke it and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's time to start looking around.
Yeah. We're like elevated, so in like on the map, the staircases that go down to like whatever sort of ground level around the keep, but inside the outer like battlements. Mm-hmm. That's like ground level ish.
Yeah, this is ground level.
Okay.
You're technically about 10, maybe 15 feet below these walls here. So
okay.
Not quite on the same. They're kind of blocking your view.
And there's a spiral. You can't see where my thing is. Hold on.
What about this?
So like this is a spiral staircase.
Correct.
Like clearly, right? But this thing that goes around that we are currently on, I know we can't see this right now, but like looking at the map, that doesn't go down to ground except where we are.
There are stairs in these towers, so they will actually go to
Oh,
ground
okay.
level.
So
or
like
up
you
here.
could go in. All right.
Mhm.
So then, all right.
Let's. What is the height of the tower here? Is this above everything else?
Yeah, this is the high. These 1, 2, and 3 would be like the highest points you could kind of see looming over this wall.
That's where I'm going to go. I'm
Yeah.
gonna point to people.
That makes sense.
I'm going here. This is
Okay.
where I think we're going to get the best view. And I want to take a look around this to see if we can understand more what the current status of this place is.
Okie dokie.
You wish for me to shroud us in darkness or in silence?
Silence might be a good
Silence.
I could split the difference. And she does like a little dance and
idea. Shrilence. Yes.
Shrilence. You probably aren't familiar, but it is. It's shadowy
It's exceedingly
of
French.
darkness. Only the most popular dancers can do it. Thankfully, you're with a star. So she, she kind of surrounds them she dances around them, and I pass without a trace, and cast armor of Agatha. Agatha's
Agathis.
armor on me.
Agathis all along.
Hell yeah. Okay. Let's start with. There it is. There's my boy. All right.
I don't like that at all. That's
Nope.
Whoops! What happened?
Andy being creepy.
Yep.
The-
I'm just having to pull all my tokens weren't available, so I was trying to figure out where the rest of my shit went. I got it. We're good. Bella, you're kind of merged with Necrocory as you and Edmund are like flying over this area. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
That might be a minute. There she goes.
Whew. Oh. What happened? She's gotten very good at getting back very quickly. There we. Thank you.
No, I'm not actually getting fully kicked out. It's just thinking about it.
Okay.
I'm actually going to do it. I was just thinking about it. I did it.
Oh.
Just got again. So while we're waiting on that, Valen, you start moving.
Yes.
There you go. Welcome
There
back.
she is.
Okay. What was that total?
Well, let me double check. What am I? You said I was doing perception, or?
Yes. I'll give you advantage too because Edmund's up there with you, and there's no sense me rolling as well. You can just roll twice.
Okay.
Corey?
That's gonna be 27.
27. Good one. Okay.
I get a bonus now for the Raven.
Cool. You see something probably very useful. Way up here. You see. Metzley. All right. And you also see a gem of some type. Sorry, it would be here. It would be away from the stairs. Glowing with this like bright blue golden energy, right? And that glow has engulfed Metzley at the moment, and she's simply standing in front of it. Staring at it, but not moving much.
Is she trapped or enthralled?
Good question.
Any perception of the other interesting thing that this map has right around there, that in the hole, for instance?
No, everything else seems fine.
Goddamn. Okay.
What about these tongue depressors?
Nah, they're
What are
inert.
you looking at? That's tongue depressors. What is the thing that you are referring to as a tongue depressor? Show me with the little laser pointer thing. What is a tongue depressor?
Laser pointer. I don't know how to access that, but 1 second.
It's the fifth symbol on the side.
The pointer.
What is a tongue depressor? It looks like a little teardrop.
Yeah, things coming off the platform.
These
the strange
things
chains
that hold down monsters' tongues.
Yeah.
They
I
look
assumed
like
those
they've
were
got
like
runes in them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like they're runes for certain.
Actually,
tongue
shit. You know what? You said you rolled a 25.
Tongue depressors.
My total was a 27 on that perception.
Yeah, I gotta roll this real quick. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So nothing alarming in the castle itself. But what you do see is a weird shadow kind of fall over you as you're like doing a little circling action to see like, oh, what is this? Like there's just like something goes in front of the, you can call it sunlight, but like where the sun should be, and then casts a bit of a shadow on you from above.
Ominous.
Okay. Let's. Okay. I guess I will just come back to the group to let them know.
Okay. The rest of you kind of give me like a turn's worth of actions that you would like to do while Bella is like doing a quick lap.
So I'm making my way to that tower.
Yeah. Go ahead and move yourself. Basically double move, right?
I'm on Gruff. I'm just trying to get his sheet again. So it's 120 feet is my move.
There you go.
My mouse is lagging. I'm kind of annoyed about this mouse doing that.
As I say, it's about like
There's
70 to 80 to the. Yeah.
There's 120.
Boop. Okay. So Valen starts moving. What about everybody else?
Odette tries to keep up and like looks at like Itzel, and she sees him gallop, and she's like, "You have to stay within." And she starts running, but while she does so, she is going to do a stealth check. So I get a bonus for being shadow marked. I think I'm gonna. No, I can't guide myself because I'm concentrating, I think.
You can guide yourself while you're concentrating.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a concentration spell?
Guidance? Hell no.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, no, God, can you imagine?
Take his word for it.
Yeah. No, as long as you are not trying to cast a second concentration spell while concentrating, you're fine. Oh, I'm sorry, it is a concentration spell. But you know what? Fuck it. That's stupid.
We are using the 5e plus rules of reaction, right?
I mean, it's a cantrip. Whatever.
Sure. Great. So that.
I will hold you to that if you want to guidance people in combat and they want to hold that action until later use. But otherwise, just you can guide yourself. Whatever.
Yeah, to just use it instantaneously.
Yeah. Because usually what it would be is you would drop concentration on one thing to pick it up versus like, I just cast this, I have guidance. Because you can technically cast things with concentration and just not maintain the concentration so they have an effect and then vanish.
Got it.
That is
42
technically
all
a
day.
roll. Sorry, what was your stealth?
42.
42. Remember, you get a +10 for. Okay, so I
Pass
rolled a
without a trace.
13. I rolled a 13. I rolled a 4 because I'm shadow marked. I rolled a 4 because I guided myself. I have a +11 plus another 10.
Okay. You seem pretty. You seem like you seem pretty confident in being hidden. Where do you want to move to?
I'm going to move as close to Valen as possible while keeping the radius between me and Itzel. I just
Yeah,
want to
I'm
make
also
sure
going to
that.
move though.
Sorry.
I said I'm going to be moving too. So.
Okay, great. Yeah. So she moves with the background.
Yeah, I do not have permission to move my token. Oh wait, now I do. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Ew.
It was being weird. Now it's not. Okay.
So I think 100 puts me close to like right around here.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Gray will hang out with
almost perfectly.
Bella while she's doing that.
Mhm.
No, it's not just like my spirit; it's my actual body is the raven.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead and move yourself accordingly then.
Well, I was scoping out, and so
So you're gonna probably be like in the mid. I'll put you in like the mid area in flight.
yeah.
So cool.
Did the rest of us see where Metzley is?
No, not yet.
Not yet. You don't have the line of sight for it.
Yeah, I was heading to the tower thing because we said that was high ground.
I was going to say that for my action on my turn, I was going to cast Locate Object on the lantern.
Yeah, fuck it, do it.
That is a range of 1,000 feet.
I don't. Where are my generic tokens? Do I not have those uploaded? Man, I hate that Albert deleted all my stuff. Makes me sad.
Yeah.
It's like pull tokens for everything now. Okay. You cast Locate Object. It pings 1,000 feet to your north. Straight line distance. It pings that way.
Okay.
But you have a very concrete lock on that thing.
I will tell. They're right behind me. I'll tell them. I've got a lock on the lantern up there. I hope that Metzley's with it.
Okay.
Excellent work. Do you still wish to go to the highest tower?
I do.
You would make a very good general. I'm sure that. I mean, you laugh. I've worked with one for years, but he was injured, and that is why he took back to the arts. But I think you and General Azulana would get along.
I only
He
laugh
sounds like a
because
good guy.
mostly generals don't tend to be at the front of the line in the charge.
I was going to say that's the problem is generals don't get to hit things nearly enough.
Right. It's upsetting, honestly.
He did. He found a way.
I was going to say, to be fair, most generals get to decide what they get to do. So
Yeah.
That is true, but perhaps what the Raven Queen said, sometimes fools rush in.
Gray's also going to move with the rest of you. And as he does so, you actually see him pull out his like ethereal spellbook. He just kind of reaches and grabs it, and starts casting. And
successfully this time.
Yeah.
He had a long rest with us.
Behind him, this strange looking necrotic spirit just manifests into reality.
That's comforting.
Mm-hmm. It kind of just hovers around him like a bodyguard.
Oh.
I will blow it up so you can see it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Another reason not to stand there. I'm kidding. So.
So, cool.
Yeah.
Bella, you're on your way back to the group. I'm going to start putting you into turn order, Bella, after your next action. So you fly back over to the group. I'll just give you the movement. What do you tell them?
So I think I land up on that tower and unmerge from the Raven so that I can.
Oh, that is wild. Like I can. Your thoughts and my thoughts got blurry. It was kind of weird.
And I just shout down to everybody. Metzley is at the farthest end by, the tower at the end of this fortress. I didn't see anything else.
You gonna tell us she's enthralled with the blue stone or no?
Yeah, I'm like, there's something going on. There's an
It's
object.
not good.
I mentioned the weird shadow that was above you.
You did. It was like Chekhov's shadow. Yeah.
I will talk. I will shout as much as you will let me. I figured I had to keep myself to the point since this is during combat. But
No, nothing.
Not yet.
Listen, nothing.
I will fucking give him an entire field report if you let me.
There are no opponents. There are no opponents on the
Yeah.
table. Be
We're
diligent.
not in combat.
Yet.
Okay, so yes, I will say she's at the end. There's something happening with a blue stone. I don't think she registered I was there, and
Bella.
Background stage.
God.
And Bella would relay that as she and Edmund were flying, there was a strange shadow. Yeah, I was just filling in for you. A strange shadow that you saw.
Good choice of background. I love it.
I switched the last time I rejoined because I was like, this is fine. This is fine. This is totally a normal way to play this game with my friends, of just constantly getting kicked and having to sign back in. This is totally fun.
So a shadow like something above us. We look up. We see a dragon circling.
There you go. All of you can make perception checks, right? This thing's hard to see, so it would not have actually been something you could have just easily spotted. Just happened that Bella got close, and that helped to prompt that.
Since you're doing a perception check, if anyone is crappy at that, actually, or who's the best at that other than me?
I have a +7.
I might do this to
I
myself.
have a +5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this to myself then. I'm gonna do a.
But Sentinel Shield, I have advantage on perception checks. What? I also advantage on initiative, but I got a 20 on that.
Nice. Never mind.
Got literally the same number.
Valen, you're going to get the benefit of a cosmic omen. Go ahead and add a d6 to the better of those.
Oh, cool. That would be a 19 then.
Oh, I got.
Okay. Well, I was hoping for better than that. Let's see what I roll.
Did anybody break 20?
That's with the 6?
That's
yes. I got I got a 29. Other than that, yeah.
I got
+9.
Bella and Itzel, you lock onto this. Gray missed it. He got a 14.
Good.
He is such a hater.
Sorry.
I got a 14 total.
He's going to screw us. It's just win.
All I can think of is the quote from Ted Lasso. It's like, man, he really hates us. Yeah, but wait till we win him over. Then he's really gonna be pissed. That's such a good show if you haven't watched it. But Bella, you clock it now, right? Before is like just moving kind of fast and almost like hard to track. Like there's some sort of like maybe stealth or cloaking or something happening with this thing. You actually, with everyone's help, kind of get locked onto it. It is a large winged creature flying pretty high above you all. And it still looks sizable at the distance it's at. But it's weird because every time it kind of like moves through these like weird clouds, like you lose track of it for a minute. And then like it takes you a second. You see like an odd movement and then it comes back into focus. You're like, oh, there it is.
Is it,
right?
is it Does it seem like it's noticing us? Like I was the only one who like rolled stealth, but everybody does have a +10 to it.
It seems like it is just moving around the area, like in a pattern. It's not. You don't know if it's noticed you or not, but it's not diving for you or anything.
You all tell us about this, I'm assuming?
Itzel, on a nat 20, this thing seems familiar.
Friend.
Okay.
The Shadow Dragon.
It gives you like bad vibes. You have like
Bad vibes.
No.
Yeah, you have a feeling of like just anger when you look at this thing, but like you're not quite sure why.
It's key. I was going to say a bit of the damage that I've seen around this castle. Does it look like it might have been caused by a dragon?
There are so many forms of damage. You've seen like everything from like sword and spear damage to like magical, like just force damage blowing off pieces of this castle. Like a dragon could have probably come through and clawed this place up, or like just hit this place with a breath weapon at some point. But that's just in the mix of like, yeah, or like multiple skirmishes over time, like with different types of people doing different things, right?
Gotcha.
But it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Okay.
Right. So I'll go from the top of this initiative order as you're starting to move now, and you're aware that this thing is out there.
Yeah, I think like Itzel will like not yell, but like I don't know, like crunch a stone nearby and like point up for everyone and like, you know, make like slashing noise across her throat or something. Like this is bad and like
Okay.
Yeah. So
you are all aware of it. Valen, you're up.
We have some choices. I can wreathe us in darkness. There is a chance that it will be able to see through it and see us. We are beneath a veil that gives us the ability to move around stealthily, but we can leave that on as well, if you want.
Yeah.
You let me know what you wish me to do.
I think we should try to get as close to where Metzley is without anything spotting us. Seems like a really good idea.
Yeah, I think we might want to turtle this, basically. Like, you know, just stay in formation.
Let's aim for this tower, the northern one here. If we're trying to get a view, that will put us closer to where we are pretty sure Metzley's position is.
And once we get there, I am, no offense, Gruff, and she kind of like, scratches it. I am Zithatis, I think, as far as my shadow portation goes. I may be able to get to her, or perhaps Valen and I try to get to her as quickly as we can, and one of us tries to ride her off into safety if this thing were to attack. General, she kind of like gives like a little, like one of those like here's a movie about the war and here we go, like
that's what I was just thinking.
She gives one of those. She's like,
yeah. The USO show, yeah,
basically. She's
yeah,
like,
getting her under cover after like basically as quickly might be the best idea. So
I could shroud her in darkness as well. I know that might make seeing difficult for some of you, but if I am able to wrest her away, I do have Featherfall, so we can simply jump away from there, and I will get her to safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
General, what do you wish for us to do? What is the best plan?
I think that sounds like a great idea. Let's.
It might completely unravel if like we can't immediately dislodge her from the gem, but yeah.
let's get up along this wall that we're on, up to. How far is your teleport? What is the range on that?
That is, I believe,
60 feet.
It's a little bit too far from that tower. That tower's like 70 straight shot.
It's 65. Yeah. Well, it's 60 onto the rim.
No, wait a second.
As you were all planning, Gray also speaks up and says, if you want to do this quickly, I can make you all faster.
That would probably be helpful, yes.
Okay. Here, give me your hand. And like he kind of reaches down and like grabs some of the dirt. And like as you put your hands in, like just crumbles the dirt over top of your hands. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, you can't get Bella, just because of the distance gap.
Can he get Gruff?
He can get Gruff because
Okay.
he would basically have to come a little closer and then move back out, but you're fine. And he's going to cast Long Strider on all of you, so you add +10 to your speed.
Okay.
All speed? Just movement.
Speed increases by 10 feet. So yeah, movement speed.
Okay.
So it's not going to affect your shadow jump, but it's going to affect your like any other movement actions you take. That's based on your actual movement speed.
Okay.
Got it. Let me see. In totality, if I needed to, so I can move at 60 for my movement, 60 for my action. And then
jump on Gruff.
That's true.
Gruff's going to move 140 feet.
Well, let's do this.
That's right.
So we have initiative, right? So let's go down that to make it just a little cleaner.
But before we move,
yeah,
can I ask, like, begrudgingly, can I ask Gray, like, did the gem sound like something you recognized? Like, if she's, like, charmed or enthralled, or, like, is this a thing that you know about that'll make it easier to figure out if we can just grab her or snap her out of it, or... Like, I can also roll Arcana, I just figured his might be better.
His is very high. He takes a second and says, if this is what I think it is, and I think it's the God's Tier.
The God's Tier, that is in the desert.
He nods and like points to like the background is like,
yeah, that's where we are. Yeah.
I didn't realize we would be here so soon.
This is the Desolation of Shar.
Yeah, well, or it's above it. Yeah, like this is the Shadowfell.
Oh, the Shadowfell. This side of that barrier.
Remember,
we knew that was where she was heading, right? Like, or we had a clue that was like Metzley was close, or right. Like from the Raven Queen. So
she said she was going to try to get it as best as possible. And so Grace says, if this is the God's Tier, then it's going to challenge her if she wants to take it. That's not a... As long as her intentions are good, she's not in danger. But it can... it can fend for itself and choose who it wants to go with.
So this is the thing that we're here for, right? That I had a vision about. Okay.
Yes.
It is
convenient.
A weapon. One that we need in order to defeat Sangi.
Yeah. I mean, Metzley had a lantern that would take her anywhere in the Shadowfell, and she told theoretically, just told the thing, take me here, and eventually got here.
Eventually.
Yeah, she's been on an adventure. She's not. She's been missing for a while. This is not where she's been the entire time.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But lucky for her, she also has a ludicrously high will save.
Nice.
Fun.
Druids.
All right, so Odette and I both got a 26 for initiative.
Yes.
What Valen's going to do? He's going to wheel Gruff around, grab Odette, and throw her on the back, and then he's going to
I'm used to this.
and he's going to boop up to the tower here.
Okay.
He's like, "Come on, let's go."
All right. Valen takes off. He's at the tower. When you run, like, we're gonna stretch your movement a little bit, but that's fine. Like, you're gonna like run up the tower, up like a flight of stairs, all this stuff, right? It sucks. Like, you're in pretty good shape, but like you're still running.
No, on Gruff. Gruff has sure-footed. He's a mountain goat.
Oh wait, no. Okay, let me go first.
All right, fair enough.
Sure.
I cast haste on Gruff,
Oh my god, yes.
Okay.
and then I cast haste on you.
What does haste do again?
I will look it up and I'll put it in the chat.
I don't believe
Okay.
you can have haste going on two different people.
It's from the, we've done it before. It's from the wristwatch.
Yes.
I can't just cast
Nope,
that. That's
you're right. You're right.
beyond me.
Nope, you're right.
If you don't want us to do weird stuff, you should stop giving us such cool toys, Andy.
Hey, look, it's not my fault. Like, what happens is I give you cool shit and no one ever uses it, Batcloak. Anyway. So forgive me, I just forget that you have it.
I gave the Batcloak to Bonbon because we were going to do that one shot of all of us playing tertiary characters that never happened.
I know.
So
I want
the cloak is with Bonbon.
Bonbon is absolutely just doing
Bonbon
Batman.
is living Bonbon's best life, just like
Yeah.
cloaking it up.
Bonbon
Alright,
is literally
so-
like, yeah.
So to be clear, the target's speed is doubled, and it has an extra dash. That means that Gruff can now move 360 feet on
Gruff
his
fast.
turn.
Yeah.
Which I believe just takes me to her.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll buy that.
This was like 90. I don't know how much you cost to get up to the tower, but I'm pretty sure that's not 360.
110,
Um,
75. Yeah, you're
He's
fine.
only 70. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you have all the move for it. So you just take off and I'll put you up here. I'll give you like coming up the stairs right now.
there we go.
Because basically you just run in through the stairs down here, spiral, up here. Right. Cool.
And on their run up the
I was gonna say, as they're running, do they notice anything in the middle?
in the tower? As they
Anything
run-
worthwhile? It looks like a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a bottomless pit. It looks like there's something definitely in there. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
It looks
that
like something that has eyes that's chasing
Uh-huh.
up in there.
that.
Uh huh. Nice and spiky and like a clear head. Yeah.
I didn't notice that at all.
First off,
Nah,
That
worry
would just be part of the
So
the
Valen
artwork.
doesn't see anything.
I
Yeah.
just wanna-
don't worry about that.
I
So
want to put this out there. I specialize are my thing. What do I see with my specialize down that pit?
honestly, like that's on the drawing. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just
Okay.
part of the art.
Okay.
As you run in and head up the spiral staircase, like there was damage in here, right? You can see, like, as you clearly hit the top, like you can see it as soon as you get in, like the top has been blown off that apart. So this is probably about a 30-40 foot fall, which for anybody that's not Odette could hurt a little bit.
Oh, so
Um,
we went up. We had to go through the ground floor for that, didn't we?
The stairs are fine. It's just the top of the tower is just not all there.
Fine.
Yeah,
Um,
we went about 30 or 40 feet up, but there's no floor in front of us.
Yeah, because you went 185 feet, which you still have plenty of movement, so I just stopped you there.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Gray's
All
gonna
right,
move.
just curious. I've still been maintaining locate object.
Yeah, you're
Does
on top.
she
of it.
have the lantern?
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Let's see. Gray is going to also move, but not nearly as fast. This direction. Actually, no. Gray wouldn't do that. Gray would actually
Plus 10, 10 feet of movement.
step over here with Bella. And kind of move simultaneously with Bella. Bella, where do you go?
So actually, that's convenient because the first thing Bella wants to do is she actually is going to take her talisman, because I didn't end up doing Pact of the Chain. I ended up doing Pact of the Talisman instead.
Okay.
Because it seemed a little redundant to do Pact of the Chain when I already get like all of the stuff I get from Raven Queen is pretty much about the Raven, so like it's already a pattern of familiar. But I'm gonna take the talisman and I'm actually gonna hand it to Gray and tell him to wear
it. Gray like Misty steps over to you and it's just like, okay, I'm ready to go. And what do you want me to do with this?
Look, put this on, and that way, if anything happens, we can teleport to each other and we'll keep each other safe. I just got you back. I'm not going to lose you. So just wear the talisman. And this way we can communicate telepathically still. Because frankly, I've gotten kind of used to hearing you in my head, and it's been a little weird for the last 24 hours to not have you there anymore. So
yeah,
here, just put the talisman on.
Also, she's giving you a necklace to wear for once, asshole.
he puts it on and he just thinks back to you like, oh, this is much better. Yeah. Okay, and then where does Bella move?
Okay. So from there.
This is the Siamese twins who got separated and they miss each other. Yeah.
Yeah. And I keep thinking thoughts at you, and I just realize I have to vocalize them. It's weird.
I guess we'll go ahead and do. Because unless I've got a spell that's gonna get me there sooner. We'll just, I'll just basically do a full dash to go I think basically, with a full dash, I can get down to here.
Okay.
More or less, because I'm assuming I have to sort of run and then run I guess underneath that tower that's right there to the left of where I put my character.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming where I am is on the same level as what I was, the parapet I was already on, and then that circle is this circle is above this level.
Yeah, and as of right now, since we're not fully in combat yet, I'm not too worried about plus or minus 5-10 feet. I'll care more when we actually start.
I did a rough and a full dash of 60 feet of movement. Seems like it should be able to get roughly there-ish, so that back on.
Yep. Little
By the way, I put some art in the Discord as my suggestion for Decker Corey, so not expecting you to make a token of it right now.
Don't
Am I gonna hate this?
No.
Am I gonna hate? I'm gonna hate this.
Oh, that's great.
Oh god,
that's phenomenal. Okay, cool. So you and Gray move, and
yeah.
Itzel, go ahead.
Okay, so Gray's thing increases our speed by 10.
Correct.
Okay,
and that lasts for a minute, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, that's
not.
When
I say a minute, it actually lasts for an hour.
Does that affect me as well, or was that? Oh no, because when he cast it, I was out of range.
Yeah, you were not close.
My dash math was correct. Okay.
Okay, so because speaking of dash math, so I have cunning action, so I can triple the speed that I now have with his plus 10. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Bella's gonna get into that fight, and y'all are already gonna be done. It's
fine. I mean, you were already further than me anyway, so okay, because that's gonna put me, I think, basically right here, at the foot of this tower, which is not as nice as I would have liked it, but fine. Because that's not perfect, but since I have stairs, I feel like that's
You probably still have a visual from there.
Yes.
Can you? Are you flying in Starfall?
I am not flying right now because my flying speed is actually slower than my running speed.
Ooh.
So I'm in starry form, but I'm in archer form, not in dragon form right now.
There you go. Your token's uploaded.
Puck has the most proper stance with his little paws.
Yeah, I love that. The little. Mm-hmm.
Cool. A little cavalcade of horrors. I love it. All right. Cool.
Bella loves the unlovable. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
This is indeed the tagline for your character.
Yeah, just over here you have like a little pseudo dragon, this like little reaper thing, necrocore hanging out. Just the family of like horror show monster friends.
This is all Bella. This is Bella and her 4 pets.
Yeah,
the little what's it called? Little raven dripping its own flesh. Like it's
in the eventual, like, I don't know if it's going to be just a source book, I guess, that Wizards of the Coast is going to put out for us because of this game. Like, when Bella has her own page, I see, like, the quotations in cursive saying, like, loving the unlovable.
right, yeah, the inset on the...
Yeah.
Yep.
It tells me, Valen, you're up. You are now close enough to get to Metzley very quickly. So you and Odette both see that, like, Metzley has basically, like, reached out to grab this gem, right? Which, bloop, right? That's what it looks like.
Ooh, pretty.
And the moment she's like reached out to grab it, it seems to be like captivated in this like golden blue aura that is kind of encompassing both her and the God's Tier right now.
All right, so I'll say to Odette, do you want to grab Metzley or do you want to grab the gem?
Whoever, if we can believe, let's be honest, if we can believe Gray, between us little girlfriends, she pats Growth.
Yes.
It says that it will test us. It has its own sentience. It seems like it is a thing of the gods that fell here. I would do my best, but I think you are better equipped to grab the gem. I can save the damsel.
That sounds good. All right.
Cool.
I would say going at the same time, basically.
I'm gonna make a roll real quick.
Okay.
And this is +7. Okay. So that's a
16.
16. Cool. I needed that for reference. Anyway, go ahead.
No immediate effect.
Yes. Do I take her to safety and then leave you to the battle, or do I just stay and guard her?
Get her out of here.
I will get her out of here. I will go as far as I can.
Okay.
Godspeed. And she's like, you're like vibrating. Both of
I
you.
am not part of this conversation, and this bothers me.
Yeah, we've got so many haste spells on Long Strider and haste. Yeah.
Yeah, and your alacrity. Holy crap, I forgot.
Yeah, and the alacrity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think this is the way we're doing it.
Okay. I'll call this a simultaneous turn action. So, Valen, you move up to the gem. Odette, you move up to Metzley. Is this one of those like 1, 2, 3 grab moments?
Yep.
Sweet. Odette, I need you to make this is an athletics check for you because you basically just grab. Yeah, this is a grapple, right? So you're just gonna like grab her and drag her back.
Okay.
You cannot use acrobatics to initiate a grapple. There's only to break it.
All right. Yeah, that is true. I was just gonna see if I could make any.
I saw the question coming. Yes.
Because I have a +2, and that's about it. So that's a nat 20.
Woo!
Nice.
There it is. Okay.
Right.
Full body tackle.
Yeah. Wherever
I
you
did not expect that. I'm like, because I so low.
I'm just picturing, we get here, Valen grabs the gem, and I see Odette just flat out just off the edge of the tower with her.
Yeah, I'm like any character. Well, I don't know how compared to Valen, but I'm like any character in like BG3. I have a strength of 8. I'm gonna do my best.
I'm gonna do my best.
I love it.
Was not expecting that. So 22 all day.
I'll give you this, right? Metzley's going with you. That's a success. I'll give you 30 feet of movement. 30 feet of movement as well, right? Because you basically grabbed her and you can just move with her in this like stunning display of just athleticism. Where do you want to go?
I am going to grab her, move her off to like this direction. I'm going to how far is this movement? I'm sorry, the drop?
This drop is about 30 feet actually.
30 feet? This doesn't count against my movement to fall, but I do cast Featherfall, so that ends
Okay.
Pass Without a Trace. But I cast Featherfall on
Crap.
herself. I already have it on myself as a ring, and
Cool.
then 30 feet from there. Plus 10 feet for the alacrity, I would say.
Yep.
Plus maybe 10 feet for
The long strider.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So 50 all day.
So 50 feet.
I'll call it 40 because it took you about 10 feet of movement to like grab her and jump. But
That's fair.
you still get the rest of the move.
All right. So she wraps her in an embrace, leaps off in a stunning, like, looks like she's done this before, like maybe with wires and stuff like that.
I'm imagining like a figure skater move right now, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with a Featherfall, she wraps her in shadowy feathers that just kind of like trail around us, and then she takes off with her.
Heck yeah.
Are you responding? Are you there? She just like gives her a little tap.
As you grab her, what's 40 feet about here? Okay. So as you grab her and start heading back towards the group, the second you disconnect her from the gem, like she just kind of gasps and looks shocked, and like almost starts to swing at you, and then like recognizes you, and like stops and is like, "Oh, Dad, holy!" And then like as you're falling, she like panics about that real quick, and then like realizes that she's safe there. There's like a lot of just quick shocks, and then as you hit the ground and like start dragging her, and she like gets her feet under her, and she starts moving as well, and she goes, how
You seem enchanted by the god's tear. We found you. The Raven Queen helped us. Long story, but you're safe.
Oh, okay, good. I'm fine. I think I'm okay.
Long story.
Did you win in that contest of wills between the god's tear?
So in this moment, you actually see like she's not currently doing it, but there are like streaks from what look like teardrops. And she says, "It's no, Valen."
Child.
Cool.
This is an interesting moment because I wasn't sure who would get to this thing first. I'm going to ask a question to you, and then I'm going to ask you for a roll. All right.
Okay.
Now, as Valen, as you see Metzley disconnected from this thing, the aura snaps away, and the gem just continues to glow on this little pedestal, right? So when you really like, the size of it is maybe slightly larger than a softball, right? The pedestal itself is, just hosting it. The question I'm going to ask you is, as you approach this thing and you feel this true sense of divinity, right? The times you felt something similar, but not even close, were in the Temple of Tempest, right? In those moments where you are praying or communing, you felt that the divine connection. This is a whole nother level. This seems like it is an active line to something deific on the other side, right? There's a lot of power, a lot of potential, and the things that start going through your head as you're looking at this are, it's a lot of ways that this could get fucked up real fast and cause a lot of damage with the wrong person with the wrong intent.
Okay.
So my question to you is, are you the right person to take this?
Yes.
Okay. I would like you to roll a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. Just check my sheet here. That's pretty high. Yep.
I should have fired you.
28.
Damn. Never mind.
Fabulous. The DC is 25.
Whew.
You...
It's a good thing I got a plus 12.
Right? That question of, are you the right person to take this object? It wasn't asked like by you. It was something you felt was prompted by this gemstone. The equivalent of like, are you worthy? Are you worthy? And you say to yourself, yes, and you grab it. And the rest of you all see this like light from the gemstone just embrace Valen as well. Metzli had not managed to pick this thing off the pedestal. She still had it. She was still stuck there, trying to dislodge it, lift it, whatever. Valen, you're able to pick it up. And you, for a moment, actually see like the cosmic strands of the multiverse and how the worlds are balanced, right?
That's a lot.
There's a zoom out moment, like even further than when you were with Dusty and Sunshine. You can just like see these just absurd godly connections between everything, right? And it's inspiring, and it's also unnerving, because the day-to-day of people matters so much and also is entirely negligible. It's such a weird sensation to have that knowledge of like, hey, somebody saying thank you to somebody passing by on the street, or like have a nice day, like can change the cosmic effect of everything, but like also death doesn't matter. Like it's like it's absurd. And this almost overtakes you to a point where you lose focus and lose grasp on like yourself in this moment right here as you're experiencing all these other moments connected. And you manage to take just a deep breath, and as you exhale, everything around you here comes back into focus. Cool. This is important. As you are holding this gem, you are concentrating.
Okay.
Okay. This is a charisma-based concentration, but you are concentrating.
Okay.
If you lose focus on concentration, there's a possibility that your mind will then continue to spiral to all those other things in the cosmos, and you will lose track of what is happening in the presence.
Okay.
Present moment. So just so you're aware of that. As you gain control of the God's Tier, from above you, there is a screeching noise.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was fairly visible, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And Itzel, this is where that recognition comes in. You've heard this noise before in like a cute, kind of cuddly form. And you realize immediately that, yeah, this is Guy.
That motherfucker!
Right? As it screeches and begins to descend. Good old Guy.
Boo.
It's a bit of a change.
Yeah.
He's had a bit of a makeover since we saw him last.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it a glow up, but yeah.
I'm currently in an ad, so there it is.
Boom. And this is.
I'm okay, thank God.
No, it's not that big. It's 15 feet. And this thing starts to swoop down, as if the thing it's waiting for occurred. And that screech, Bella, you would see this. Itzel, you would see this as well. And Odette, you would see part of this. I need roll me a d20, please. You want 11 or higher.
Bella.
Oh, sorry. I'm like rejoined. I did not realize you were talking to me. What am I rolling?
A d20. You want an 11 or higher. There's no bonus. It's just a luck roll.
It's like half the die. It's impossible to know what the odds are, but
that ain't good. All
not
right.
great.
Good.
Do you want to use one of our points of advantage? I think we're
I
up to
would love
9.
to use one of our points of advantage.
We used 1, but we got 2 donations, so I believe we're at
that's
9.
fair. I got a 15 on the reroll, so that is
There we go.
Yes.
Fair enough. I will not put this directly on top of you then. That's
That's
one
a
of
luck
them.
roll.
Yeah.
What the?
There we go.
Yeah.
As that appears. And then
Great.
I need Itzel to roll the same thing, please.
I was gonna say I can use a point of advantage.
Yep. That'll
Right.
bring us down to 7. Still plenty.
Do it.
Nope, still 8.
You did better. That was an
I did
improvement.
better.
Good job.
I did better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is not a Souls game. Who is that?
What? No. This
Death Knight.
is... Yeah.
Cool.
As...
Yeah, not like we saw those at the wedding that killed us all the first time.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So...
We have done a little bit of leveling up since then.
Round 2!
As the gem is taken off the pedestal and Guy lets out this shriek as he flies a little lower, because he's still up in the air, right? I'll put him over there for now. 2 of these death knights appear.
Oh.
As if they've been just waiting for something to happen. And they charge towards the stone.
Towards the stone.
Mm-hmm. All right, and that's what we'll leave off for tonight,
Makes sense.
unfortunately. But let's add them to the initiative real quick. Oh my god, that's really high. Ah. That's high.
I thought that was literally a 0. I was going to be like, wow,
yeah,
that's
I was gonna say, I was like, hey.
And of course,
Does it look like there's a way out from here?
You're holding the way out. It's the lantern.
Oh, yeah, the lantern.
that is a way out if you can control it.
By the way, in theory, my Raven is supposed to have a separate initiative from me. So we can roll that, or if you would like to wait until we actually are starting to engage in combat before you split him off from me.
If you'd like to do that, that's cool. I'm also happy with your familiar acting on your turn.
Okay.
Whatever makes life
We can
easier to
keep it
track.
that way, just because that'll keep things simpler with multiple initiative stuff.
Cool. All right. Well, that's where we're going to end tonight. But you get a big old fight. Valen, if you'd like, you can roll insight. Actually, I don't think you need to roll insight for this. You look around, you see these things appear, and you're like, this is an ambush. This was...
They couldn't grab the stone off the pedestal. They were waiting for us to do it.
They reached for it. Do you deserve this? No. And then they couldn't do it.
You deserve this?
I mean, deserve is a strong term.
Do I deserve this? Yes. Grab. Melts. Get more guys.
That's what the giant crater in the middle of this tower was. The last 3 guys they sent to grab the stone. Yeah.
It's 100%. It's 100% the Temple of Doom of all right, so that guy died. Who's next? Until it just... Sorry, Last Crusade.
Last Crusade, yep.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we did it. We got there. There was, technical difficulties slowed us down a bit, but we done did something. This is a good session.
That was fun.
Let's see.
And we crossed vast distances to get here. I remember
Quickly,
seeing the map. He's showing us a map months ago of how far we had to go compared to and even from Lady Alora's realm, that was like.
I mean, hey, you made a bargain with the Raven Queen. This isn't the Shadowfell, so she can take you there. And that did save you a lot of horrifying encounters that I had planned. So, well done. There's a lot of mean shit in the Shadowfell.
So why not now? Right?
Yeah.
Why not now?
It's okay. I still have plenty of terrible things I can throw at you to just make this interesting. But hey, thank you for everyone who tuned in, and thank you for the donations. We're up to 570. That's good.
Woo!
We are a quarter of a way to the halfway. We're halfway to the yeah. We're doing it.
We're an eighth of the way there.
We're almost a third of the way there.
I like mine better. The quarter of the half of the way to we're 600% past our quarter goal of halfway to get to 2000.
Ow.
I don't like numbers. There's too many of them. So.
Neither do I. That's why. Could you imagine trying to just do social activity under pressure while doing math at the same time? It's a mess.
Yeah, every day.
You mean math in public? I think you're describing that.
Yeah. It'd be really embarrassing to do math in public and then just have it recorded because
and I don't know.
Well,
trying to teach it to unwilling people or something.
Yeah, that sounds even worse actually. Let me see who's doing stuff right now. It looks like ADHD Adventures are streaming some Tales That Never Was. The Tale That Never Was. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool, so we're gonna raid them.
Could I announce a thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, get that. Let me see. Hi, I'm Joe Cates. I live in Philly. I do improv, Ren fairs, Shakespeare, ? I do a bunch of things, but I do a lot of improv. And if you are in the area on... Actually, I have to bring up a calendar for this because I didn't write this down properly. If you are in the area, Friday, March, the second Friday.
The 9th. March
there
9th.
we go. Math in public.
Yeah.
8th.
Yeah. No, wait. 8th. Yeah, 8th.
I am doing the improv double feature. We are doing the incantation. It's a little spooky improv. Think a bunch of Vincent Prices in cloaked hoods.
It's quite fun.
Emerge from the audience and then do improv at you and host a show, and then we do real good improv scenes in between. There's curses, there's darkness, there's cackle edits. So that's where you run across the screen cackling, and then a stage cackling, and that means the scene is over.
Very long.
It's a lot of fun. So that is at Comedy Sports, Friday, March 9th at 10 p.m. And if you don't want to remember any of that, just follow me at Comedy Showgates on either Instagram or Facebook. And that's it for me.
Heck yeah. Cool. Anybody else have anything they want to shout out?
If anybody's going to Awesome Con the weekend of March 8th, keep an eye out. Some of us will be there.
Heck yeah. All right.
Say hello.
That sounds...
Red Puck.
Oh, pet. Cool. You guys see the thanks for watching screen. We're going to go raid ADHD Adventures and, hang out for a bit. Don't follow if you can. And then otherwise, have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for donating and all that good stuff. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good night.